We are one brain cell unified in both brains somehow at the
Uh.
same time, and we conquered the puzzles.
Somehow.
What?
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 Tricky, I found the game. It comes out tomorrow.
Oh god.
Game.
It's called Escape from Crimson Manor Trapped Together.
There's too many games, too many puzzles.
There are too many games.
There are
yeah.
always too many games. We are one brain
and-
cell.
Mox, I always suggest this to you as well. Saw a game that it was like right up your street. I know that you would enjoy it. What's the password?
Oh yeah, I did actually see that. I was looking at that. I actually am excited to talk about a game that I got to check out at some point in this. But anyways, hello everybody.
Hello.
It's another
Hello.
podcast. This is technically our first one after our 1 year of doing this.
Oh wow, we're old.
We're old. Time moves
Time to
on.
retire it, I guess.
Oh, thank
you
you
know,
for the
everyone
sub.
who started a podcast is retiring it now, so
Yeah, thank
it's
you.
sure it's
everybody
our
for
turn.
coming.
Yeah, bye.
everyone's
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah. Goodbye. I said, oh yeah. I said, hold on.
It was
Sorry, I'm
unlike-
getting fired.
Yep. Stream ending. Good night. No, it's too soon. How's everybody doing? I know that
Melting.
I was gonna say Kronzi and Trinky are melting, and Trinky's been having some very unfortunate problems lately.
Do you
Hey,
know
Lily.
what? My PC has been breaking, right, constantly. And not only has my PC been breaking constantly, I also had an issue with my car that I had to get fixed. Now,
Oh,
I already have two things in my life that matter to me: my PC and my car. And so for both of them to break at the same time, it was like someone basically just stabbed my insides and my bank account.
Yeah.
But it's okay because I should have to pay for the PC to be fixed. It's a win.
Hey, Lily.
Paid with
Hey,
sanity
Shin.
points.
Hey, Atmisk.
Hello.
Hi. Hello, hi.
I know that Ronzi had a fun event this month.
Yeah, I
it was
wonder
actually a lot of fun.
whose idea it was.
Yeah. I wonder whose idea it was.
I don't know what you're
It
talking
couldn't
about.
be mine.
I don't know what you're talking about. We did a fundraiser to help with Ronzi a little bit. It went really well, honestly. It went incredibly well.
I'll be very honest. I kind of didn't think we were going to be as successful, especially not as successful on the first day.
Oh,
So
God.
I will happily take being wrong
Mm-hmm.
with what my assumptions were.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah. I very much did not expect that much.
I
nowhere
assumed we
near.
were going to break at most like 100 pounds.
We broke 100 pounds in the first like 10
Donation.
minutes.
The first like 10 minutes, yeah.
We
And you know
broke
what?
40% of the 1,000 pound goal in the first
Mhm.
half hour.
Yeah.
It was
I need to do like a roundup message or something because I haven't had a chance to. I've just after the end of it, like the temperatures spiked, and I'm like, I'm dying. I don't want to do it.
mm-hmm.
See.
But I am incredibly grateful for it. Hey Gray. Hey Angel.
Hey, Gray.
Hey,
Hey,
Angel.
go.
I should be melting alongside the other Brits, but I have aircon.
They've got air
Apparently,
conditioning.
so does
Well, you-
Trinky.
I have aircon as well.
I have aircon. My parents have aircon. That's the difference.
The
Yeah.
aircon is like
They don't share.
there. You
No.
can see it there. You can see
Yeah.
it right there. Problem is, this is an incredibly large room.
My air conditioning is a fan that I have pointed at the bed and not at my office. The actual air conditioning unit is in the living room where Snoo is, and they're eating it all up.
Where the recliner sits that I sit in every day, all the time, forever, is literally right in front of the AC unit. So it's like, yeah, I will
Got an old
happily.
mem recliner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where they
Old man
live.
Snoo.
Their bones are turning to dust as we speak.
My bones have always been dust.
Besides the fundraiser, anything else you want to talk about for your month there, Ronzi? Fair enough.
No.
Alrighty. How about you, Snoop?
Something that springs to mind.
Um.
Apparently, Angel is erect with rage.
Apparently, like Angel's having trouble with the out. It sounds like.
Oh, apparently my thing is
Your
still
bot
saying
is still
it's
promoting.
still saying you're raising money for Ronzi. Technically, it's you can still donate if you want.
Yes.
I'm not. I've got it set up. I'm not going to take it down. I don't see a point to it. This one may as well just keep.
Let it
doing it.
ride.
I mean, it is a more direct way of donating. So if people don't want to go through Twitch because Twitch takes X percentages.
Yeah. And also, like, I'm fine with still taking on more of those commissions.
Oh, I turned them off. I wasn't sure whether you wanted for.
Oh yeah, I'm fine with
this-
it. I technically have not started any of your character here's yet because the plan is to start doing that tomorrow. Because the one actual commission I have, I can't stream. So. So we're gonna be working on those tomorrow. My month has been a month. I the fact I don't really remember anything super significant that hasn't been already like talked about on stream stuff is like whatever. I've kind of just been going through the motions of it, I guess.
It certainly helps. They were gray. You have a mish to commish. That's how.
Hello, Setup.
I know you hilariously vandalized the printer over at our place of work.
Oh yes. Oh yes. So we have a label printer for like food prep stuff at the Bell. And ever since I had first come back to Taco Bell and I saw that thing, I was just like, it needs googly eyes. It needs some big ass fucking googly eyes slapped right on the sides of it because this thing looks like an animal. So when I went to hang out with Sky on Monday, and I was like, hey, can we stop by Michael's really quick so I can pick up a big ass pair of googly eyes? And she said, yes, I'm totally down helping you do this. I bought a big ass pair of googly eyes. She was telling me about how like she wasn't banned from a lot as a kid, except from buying googly eyes because she was not responsible with them. So I immediately bought her a bag of googly eyes as well. And that's just for her to be a menace with.
Oh
Uh
no.
we went to Taco Bell because Sky needed to drop off uh lunch for her boyfriend, OBZ. And I'm not in uniform, and I just go right behind the counter, not saying anything, as I've already prepped putting tape on the back of these fucking big ass googly eyes. And as soon as like an actual manager spots me and not an employee, they're just like, "What the fuck are you doing here? Get out! You don't work today. I know you don't work today." And and it was very funny. I'm just like, as soon as one person said something, just the entire store just starts going like, "What the fuck are you doing here?"
They descended upon you,
A swarm.
swarmed you.
um, and I
Yeah,
was
what's
worried that the next day that the eyes were going to have been taken off and I would have been a waste of $3 or whatever. No, apparently, literally everyone fucking loves them and they are not going anywhere.
Do you know what this reminds me of? My 12-year-old students that also put googly eyes all over various things in my classroom when I'm not there.
That's pretty funny.
So I come back and every now and then there's a pair of googly eyes on something, and I just never acknowledge it. I should never mention it.
I think that's the
'Cause
funniest reaction you could have.
yeah, I know. Everyone, the kids always think I'll react to it, and I always just kind of look around the room. And I'm like, oh, guess there's another thing with googly eyes on here.
That is a
I
funny
would
form
like to
of
point out
vandalism,
that
though.
they are 12, and you are a grown ass adult. So you know.
Mhm.
You say that it's like Kronzi and the Ducks. True. But also I know that Baconic when she's streaming, if she gets a Amazon Prime sub, she'll stick a googly eye on her forehead. So sometimes I'll just pop into the stream and there's either one googly eye or 5 googly eyes just
Biblically accurate,
Bastard.
baconic.
yeah.
How about the Trinky?
What have I gotten up to this month? Honestly, not much. We've had nice weather, so I've been taking myself out on some solo dates and
Nice.
doing
Hell yeah.
things that I like. And I went out to like a fairly large city, and I was on my own, and I just had my headphones in, and I was honestly just living my best life, just mooching around, doing what I wanted, going with the flow. And then I walked into this shop where they sell like bath supplies. It's called Lush, and I love Lush. I've always used Lush products, and I have a Lush perfume, and I was like, oh, I'm just gonna smell some other perfumes and see if there's any other ones I like. And then I was in there, and there was this wonderful sales associate in there called James. Shout out James. And we got talking about like perfume and various things, and then he did like a fortune teller reading on me, but for perfume, and it was so interesting. And then we were like talking about like perfume, and then we played a game where he like got all like the raw scents that are in perfumes, like not like a perfume itself, but like an actual like just a this is the raw base note thing. And oh my god, I was shit at it. I cannot smell things apparently. Like it is so hard to identify smells. Like just basic concentrated smells is really hard to tell apart apparently. Um and so we were like doing those and messing around with them for a while, and then like we would do, yeah, we were just like basically chatting. Honestly, we've been talking about this guy for like 15 minutes. And he was honestly so lovely. It's actually kind of a shame that he's gay and married because what a dude.
Oh.
Yeah, what a guy. And so then he was like, "Oh, so what you doing?" I was like, "Oh, well, you know, like like recently got broken up with, so like I'm just having a day out on myself." And he was like, "Wait right here." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And then he like ran away and then came back and he was like, "Before you leave, I want to give you this." And I was like, "Oh, you don't have to do anything." And he gave me my favorite perfume in a bubble bath. And he was like, "You're the nicest person I've ever met. Like, please take this. Like, you're such a lovely person."
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh my god, thanks." Like, it was actually the sweetest thing. I was like, "Oh." I was like, "I don't think I'm the nicest person I've ever met, but like," I was like, "I'm glad that you think I'm a lovely person."
You know what? Take the compliment. Take the compliment and
Yeah,
the
I
bath
know.
bomb.
I was like, "Oh," because he must see so many people in a day and talk to so many people. And I was like, the fact that he was like, "You're like such a lovely person," I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." Um, And so, yeah, and so I took myself out on a day and I ate some pizza and I had some gelato and I had a pink guava gelato, which was banging. Never had pink guava. Don't even know if I've ever had guava, to be honest, but it tasted great. And then I went to the beach the other day, and then I went and bought 2 new One Piece Funko Mystery Minis, and I didn't get any duplicates, and I got 2 new ones that I didn't have.
Oh,
And the way I opened them was I got my brother's girlfriend who knows nothing about One Piece to open them, and then explain to me what she thought their names would be, so that I could try and guess who it was. And then it was funny because she opened Robin's, and she just went, "I don't know who she is, but she's got big boobs." And I went, "Ah, it's Robin."
I was supposed to send you a thing, Trinky, and I forgot.
And that made me giggle. So then I got a Robin one, and I got a Zorro. So now I have Mini Zorro, Mini Chopper, Mini Luffy, and Mini Robin,
All right, I'll
as
set
well as
this
my many other ones I have. But they're my mini minions.
over here.
Shin, I do
Yeah.
remember that story, by the way.
And then I had my year 11's last day at school, where we got to go say goodbye. And I said to my parents, it's the closest I can conceptualize to being famous. Because like
Yeah.
I was walking outside to the school field on my own, and all the obviously year 11s were all out there. It was lunchtime, so I was like walking across the school, And you get to the field, and this wave of children just rush up to you with books and T-shirts, and they want autographs and they want pictures, and it's like you literally you're being swarmed, and your signatures going everywhere, and you're writing in notes, and you're writing on books, and you're taking pictures, and it's literally the most manic 15-20 minutes of your life, and it's like being famous. That's all I can compare it to.
Just
Is
getting
like being an actual
swarmed.
celebrity and people wanting things from you. And then there was this one student who I taught, and she, bless her, she's been an absolute angel. Like, we've always gotten along really well. And she's had a big fallout with her friends recently, so she's been hiding in my classroom at lunchtimes on her own. And she just saw me and just burst out into tears. And so I was giving her like this really big hug, and I was like, "You're fine, you're fine." She's like, "You can't leave me." I went, "Darling, you're leaving. I'm staying. What do you mean?" She's like, "I can't believe you're doing this to me." I was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You're doing this to me."
Say, if anything,
And it
it's
was
the other way
so funny.
around.
It was so funny. She was like just sobbing her eyes up, being like, "I can't believe you're doing this to me." And I was like, "I hate to break it to you, but actually, you're doing this to yourself." And so that was quite funny. And she got so angry at me. I was like, "Not my fault." That's actually sick, Mox.
Right. So what I shared with them, I know that you don't like. I don't think you play like a lot of card games, but this deck box and the people who make these things are incredible. Um, for one, they sit down and they draw everything themselves digitally, and then it takes them like 6 months to complete the orders for things. So it's a very like you have a time window to order their stuff, and then 6 months later it will arrive. I actually did one for a Twilight Princess deck box that they made. It's called Mana Moon. I love them. They're awesome. And they are doing, like right now, a thing called the Thousand Sunny Dice Winder deck box, which is a One Piece themed deck box, which is this cool little treasure chest design. And inside of it, it has the splash art of all the One Piece characters, and it has deck and card dividers in the form and shape of the wanted posters of the characters. And the inside of it is
So
painted
cool.
with water like design. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
It's not even that bad of a price. It's only $60.
It's really not.
That's crazy. Um
Nice.
I will describe my month with three statements. Very tiring, very fulfilling, and Dragon's Dogma 2.
Oh, yeah.
I have been playing a lot of Dragon's Dogma 2. Are you guys familiar with the Dragon's Dogma games? And which there are technically 3.
I've definitely heard of them.
They're a
Yeah, I've not played them myself.
highly recommend Dark Arisen. It's the only one I can highly recommend. They're a weird little set of games. They're very difficult, like fantasy RPG games. Their difficulty comes in the fact that they don't fuck around with how scary monsters are and how dangerous adventuring is. Healing items are rare, and for the most part, applying them doesn't heal a whole lot. You also lose max HP as you continually take damage as you're getting injured, and the only way to restore it is to actually rest. And you do that from sleeping in an inn or sleeping at a camp. And camping is dangerous because you might get ambushed while you're doing it. Death can happen in an instant from simple things like fall damage. Fall damage, you fall like 5 feet and you go splat.
What?
Like you die very easily, but the way you interact with the enemies is very cool. It takes like so I don't know if this is gonna work for Trinky. Trinky, I don't think you've played Monster Hunter games, have you?
I know about the Monster Hunter games. I know how they play. I do know roughly how they play.
Do you know about Shadow of the Colossus?
No.
Very cool series that maybe I'll recommend at some point. I don't think anybody here can really play it, but maybe one day I'll recommend it because they're fascinating. Anywho, it's about fighting giant monsters that you physically climb up, and you have to like hold on for dear life while they're swinging around and stuff. But you fight giant monsters in this game like that. You can fight them one-on-one, or you can climb up their body and stab them in the eye and all sorts of stuff. And that can lead to some real interesting moments when you're fighting a griffin and the griffin takes off into the sky and you're now in the clouds and you're holding on for dear life. And like, okay, do I fight or do I ride this out and see if I land somewhere? Because if I stab the griffin and it goes down, I'm going down with it. And then you have to try and not die. It is fascinating. Dragon's Dogma 2, I can't say I enjoy it as much as the other one because it is a game that kind of actively hates you as a player. Because I described all of these things before about the health and stuff like that. But you make two characters in these games. You make yourself, you're an Arisen. Why are you an Arisen? Because a dragon ate your heart and you came back to life and now you are duty bound to go and kill that dragon and get your heart back. You have Arisen. And with the Arisen's role, you have a thing called a pawn, which is a shell in the shape of a person that you make yourself that travels with you. And you can recruit other pawns from other players to make a ragtag group of people, and everything they experience from their own world as well as playing with other characters and other players, they retain that knowledge of and then can help you. So if you're doing a quest with a pawn and the pawn's done the quest before, they'll be like, oh yeah, master, I've done this before. Follow me. I'll lead you to where you need to go. And then it'll show up on your radar and stuff like that instead of you having to find it yourself. All sorts of little things. Problem. They added a curse to this. When you're fighting a dragon, they can grab your pawn or another pawn. And when they grab the pawn, they will lift them up and stare at them and cast a curse into their being. And you can interrupt it by smacking the bejesus out of the dragon, but otherwise the curse goes through. And if it goes through, they will possess your pawn and your pawn will become hostile and try and kill you. And the only way to save them is to kill them and then bring them back. Except now that curse can persist. And if it does, the pawn starts acting weird. And they start acting really funny. And they start becoming very, let's say, solo-oriented. Staking treasure, following their own path, ignoring orders, and doing their own thing. And maybe even letting you die. If they get at this affliction, and 3 in-game days pass, on the morning of the 3rd day, they will transform into a full dragon and destroy whatever kingdom you happen to be in at that time. And it's gone. Everyone in there is dead. That's that. And this can happen to both of them. And the game will keep going, by the way. And what's really terrible is players will actually go out of their way to curse their own pawns and send them out into the ether. Chalk is a victim of this and hasn't played since.
Yep.
I was gonna say that.
Because
That-
it's kind of fucked. And what happened with Chalk is it was like the game like glitched out the fast travel system, and the way you fix the fast travel system is you wait.
I should mention what the fast travel system is. You ride an ox cart and you sit in the back of it after paying your schmeckles and you take a nap. And you will wake up when either the ox cart is in danger or you've arrived at your destination. One of the two. And those things can get stuck on land or destroyed, and you can accidentally destroy them yourself with your own attacks and things like that. I did it with a greatsword and went, oops, because I was now stranded out in the wilderness and had to walk.
Oops.
Fuck people like that. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, that mechanic is a problem.
There's an even worse
I
mechanic.
have heard stories of the dragon plagues.
In Dragon's Dogma 2 in particular, every time you die and come back from reloading your save, your max HP goes down permanently. And the only way to reset it is to restart the game.
Oh,
Remember, this
is a
that's
very
worse than
hard
the
game.
That's worse than the Dark Souls system.
Mm-hmm. But I've been lucky. I've been exploring a lot, and I've been finding the one-up items called wake stones. They appear mostly in shards, like heart pieces that you can form together. And then if you die, you can spend a wake stone to just come back to life with no consequences. Except, well, the consequence is you're still fighting the thing that killed you, and I hope you're ready to fucking deal with that still. I do have to compliment the game in the fact that I think the way that it does not care who lives and who dies is fascinating. No one's safe. Literally no one is safe. I accidentally dragged an entire group of quest important NPCs into a cave because I wanted to see what was in the cave, and I found a manticore in there. And that manticore's 3 heads all act independently. The lion body is mauling you. It has a goat head that's casting spells and putting your ass to sleep. And then the snake back in the back on the tail breathes out clouds of poison. And sometimes it will just lash out because it's a fucking snake and grab you and then thrash you around and slam you into the ground. You have to fight all of that at the same fucking time, mind you. And they all died. And I could spend my wake stones to bring them back, but I'm not bringing back a random guard whose job was to take me to the capital. Sorry, buddy, you shouldn't have followed the Arisen into a cave.
Yep.
Like I know I'm selling this game short because I'm talking about the rough side of it. I wouldn't be playing it if they weren't really fucking fun because again, the way the different jobs you can be interact with things is fucking crazy. I mentioned the greatsword. If you're a greatsword wielder, all of your attacks get super armor, so you can just kind of tank through things, and your attacks can parry giant monster attacks. And your hits can single-handedly stun and stagger them. So with one mighty swing, you can bring down big monsters and then stand on top of them and plunge your weapon into their fucking eye and shit. With the archer, not only do you get a lot of ways to rapid fire, if enemies get close, you can kung fu kick them and jump off of them and fire arrows while you're doing it and slide around and do that. It's cool. Sword and shield can parry almost any attack with these cool dashes and things like that. And I discovered that you can actually jump off of ledges and land into enemies and stick your sword into them to stick into them and then climb around on them. The daggers do that even better. There's a thing called the Mystic Spearhead, which lets you teleport, and you can create pockets of magic that you can fire out at enemies from swinging your weapon into it. Spell casting is fucking incredible because when you are a sorcerer, you give up all forms of any helpful magic for pure attack magic. And these let you do things like float into the air for 10 seconds to channel your spell and then pull actual chunks of space out of the space and slam it into the monster you're fighting. Summon an actual tornado to suck up monsters and fling them around and shit. It's crazy. So that's been my month. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now that I got done talking about...
I'm fairly certain that the Dragon's Dogma games were made by people that thought that Dark Souls was too easy.
I would recommend, if you do want to check this out, Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen. It's not as cruel as 2. That thing with the dragon cursing is a thing, but it's not a thing that'll destroy the kingdom. It's just a really inconvenient thing where they will just possess your pawn and now you have to kill your friend, which is not too big of a deal because you can bring them back. No cost. Just have to find the points to do it. Speaking of game things, I have another game to talk to you guys about. It was a game that I actually got for Snoo, but while I was having a toothache, I decided to check it out myself. It's called Occlude. And it's a cool little game. Y'all ever play Solitaire?
I love solitaire.
Yes.
So what if it was Solitaire, but it had secret rules while you were playing? you
I've
are.
played many different forms of solitaire, so
I was about to say that's just different types of solitaire.
I mean it in the way of you have to fulfill a goal by playing specific cards last.
Okay.
To offset this a little bit, for one, the entire deck gets played out. There is no additional thing at the top for sorting through it. Okay. But
Okay.
the aces and the kings are all set off to the side as already submitted for solitaire. Okay. And you can put cards on them going up or down, however you would like.
Interesting.
am I?
On top of that, though,
Mm.
you have 4 coins that sit at the top of the game board with where your slanting thing of cards are. As you interact with cards, interacting with specific ones will make one of the coins slide down, and that tells you that it's an important card. You have to play that specific card last within things and in the order of the suit that they are in. If you don't, the coin will flip around and it will have a skull and bones cross symbol, meaning you've done poorly with that specific one, but you can keep going. There is an ending for every one of these challenges based on the amount of coins you have at the end of it, and each ending is different and counted differently. All the while, once you complete one of these, you get these notes, because what this is it's an occult game. You're playing a character who's playing the game because they're trying to fulfill some sort of wish or fix a regret. And you're following these case files that unlock with it that tell you about these people who are hunting down the people who know of this game, and an entity that is presenting it to people that's being horribly redacted in the papers with all of this. But someone's making funny little notes. I think one of the funnier ones was somebody getting apparently brutalized in their apartment where a source of this game was found, and most of the bits were redacted, and someone had written in red letters next to it, "Lol, get wrecked." But it's a little cool experience that I wanted to bring up.
Yeah.
Sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure
As
why I'm a
much
little quieter, but
as Mox has just gone talking. All right, I opened a notebook because I needed to write something down, right?
Mhm.
And it just so happened it was the notebook I used when I was at uni. And the first thing I opened it up to are philosophical zombies conceivable? And I was like, what the fuck? What was I writing about?
What does that
And
mean?
then I was like, and then it
What
says final second year essay. And I went, huh, I wrote a whole fucking essay about this. And so then I actually loaded up my PC folder, which has all my uni work in. I've got a 3,000 word essay about philosophical zombies. I was such an intellectual. Holy.
What is a philosophical zombie?
Well, that's what I've just been rereading my essay because I've written 3,000 words on something that I don't even remember what it was. It was an argument put forward by someone called David Chalmers to show that mind and brain are not the same thing.
You
It
know
was
what?
It was an
Yeah,
argument against materialism.
Okay.
so
And
with
it's
how many
about it's,
stupid people there are out there, they still have a mind.
he's got the notion of supervenience. And then I'm reading my essay. I'm incredibly smart. Holy. I actually not remember writing this at all. Now I'm sitting I'm looking at the most detailed plan in my lap for an essay I've ever written, which is crazy. I planned more for this essay than I did for my own fucking dissertation. Like this shit's color coded.
Sometimes a topic really grabs you.
It really, I must have loved it. It's probably because it was my final essay of the year. Oh God.
How do we all feel
I used
about?
to write.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I used to write so much intellectual stuff. What happened to me?
You became a teacher.
Well, I was gonna say
became a
mostly the books I
Minecraft
read now have
streamer.
smut in it, but you know.
Nothing anti-intellectual about that.
Well,
some of the best stories I have experienced have a lot of smut in it, and they are
Because it's
crazy.
like at that point, if you're not really restrained in what you can tell in your story, you can really tell whatever the fuck you want.
I actually think I need to go back and reread every single one of my uni essays to get smarter. What the fuck? I've just loaded other ones that I've never. I just don't remember any of this.
Different life, a different Trinky.
Literally, but I've got like 20 essays from each year, all like 3,000 words on various topics.
That is why I could never do higher education, at least in that
No,
subject.
this is why I
That's
chose
a
to do this
lot.
particular course. It was all coursework, no exams.
Fair enough.
So I specifically chose to do it that way because I was like, I don't want to do exams.
No exams, God no. But that is still a lot of writing.
Oh, it was a lot of writing, don't get me wrong.
I did a lot of exams in college. That was my thing. I'm a good test taker.
I would love to go to college just literally for fun. But I don't want to pay money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, we're
Yeah,
in
the
the
money
wrong
side of
era
it
for that, right?
wouldn't recommend.
hmm
You go back to the what 60s
Yeah.
when full education was properly free.
hmm
I actually like just forget that I was actually an intellectual at one point in my life. Like that's so crazy to me. Like it feels like a lot. It's literally like 7 years ago.
Let's not talk
Like it feels
about
like a
that.
lifetime ago. What is 7 years ago? How old am I? I'm 26. I started when I was 18. No, it was 8 years ago. Fuck, I'm old.
Really?
I can't believe I started
Marks,
uni 8 years
Marks,
ago.
we've got one foot in the grave, mate.
We are already just rapidly turning into a prune and a raisin.
Which
Can't
one's
believe
the
it.
prune? Which one's the raisin?
I'm unfortunately the prune. Ronzi's
Well,
definitely
do you know
the
what
raisin.
actually came up on my phone this morning when I opened it? It was exactly 10 years ago today that I left high school. Which is also
Christ, in
crazy.
late 40s.
You want to hear something real crazy?
Oh, I've also just flipped further into my book and I've just got satisfactory numbers everywhere.
That makes so much sense. That makes
This
so much
notebook-
sense.
This notebook is the most trinky book you would ever read in your entire life. Like, it has got everything from my bullet journal at the start of it, so like planning everything out, to me practicing typography, to me planning uni essays, writing uni notes, to satisfactory recipes and numbers with Rubik's Cube formulas in it. It's got quizzes. It's got Mox and Trinky's very important list. And on our very important list, apparently, Mox, we've divvied it up here as well. Your important list is Stormcraft homework, Britannia mana generation, and astral sorcery.
Oh,
mine
this was
It's
that.
power generation, quarry, and mystical agriculture.
That was the mod pack where you got
A2.
turned into a vampire.
Yep, this was our very important homework, apparently.
It was. Oh my. It's very accurate though. God, I miss Thaumcraft.
Oh, God.
Angel,
What is
that's
this?
insane.
Well, so
The next page next to the very important Mox and Trinky list says settling in review. First line, I'm very unhappy. Meh.
oh dear.
Oh, happy about.
Oh dear.
It's so funny for Angel to say that. Angel knows about that, and it's Mox's fault.
It is entirely my fault. We learned this
What about-
last. So
Becoming an ordained priest is cheaper than going
so-
to college.
So we're playing a superhero campaign that Snoo is running, and I'm playing my faux British party girl trash goblin named Baby, who has the ability to whatever her palms hold on to, she gets the histories of and can steal basically skills and knowledge and stuff like that from it, so long as her palm is holding it. Um, we had just recently fought a demon inside of the basement of a church, and I had the great brilliance to bring an empty jug of bleach with me, which was empty for a reason because I had been drinking out of it. Um,
Never mind that.
Never mind that. And I read, wait, I could just fill this up with water, and then I can have the priest bless it, and we can have holy water. And then it ended up
And
actually.
I had I had to double check on like how is holy water made. And it's like no, it literally is just like water blessed by a priest.
Yep.
So it's
So
like yeah, you just have holy water. And it takes like 5 fucking seconds.
that was last week's adventure. Yesterday's adventure at the start of it's like, what's everyone's doing? And I was thinking, having access to holy water while fighting demons would be really nice. And if it's as simple as getting a prayer done, how difficult would it be to become an ordained priest or minister? Answer: it's piss easy. It's piss easy, and in certain
In America,
places, in America in particular, certain states you can do it for free.
Hmm
yeah.
And the campaign itself is based out of Washington State, so it's like
That's one of the ones where it's
okay.
free. So I was able to not only find out that I could become a proper a proper priest ordained by the church and respected and recognized throughout the entire country, but I could do it for nothing. I spent money mainly getting marriage certificates because in game, the start of the day that we are going to be getting next week, I can legally marry people.
Yeah.
I have a lot of power ahead of
It
me.
is that yeah, because I mean there are obviously you see the stories of people that do like costume weddings, and they're having like their best friends getting ordained for it, and it's got to be piss easy to be able to get ordained
It
otherwise.
is. It really is. And if you want to go further, I actually looked around into some different faiths because, different beliefs have different things. Almost all of them are also fairly easy. The most difficult one is Catholicism, go figure. But that one requires a ritual in which you have to basically recite a prayer upon a Bible, swearing your beliefs, lowering yourself before God, and acknowledging that you only share the words, you do not speak for them. And I had a mighty laugh at that part because I don't know any priest who is publicly out there who doesn't say, I am the word of God.
Hmm
So the majority of those, I believe, are the evangelicals.
Yep.
And they are completely different from
Yeah.
the Catholics.
Evangelicals are like a completely different fucking breed of Christian.
Are they a
They're
subset of Protestant? I want to say
they're in my eyes they're just grifters.
they are. You're not wrong.
If you
I will
are
not argue with
fucking
that.
performing a sermon in a goddamn mega church, there is nothing about you that feels actually holy to me.
Oh
You
God,
you are
no.
straight up just ripping off all these people, and you should fuck off.
Baby, you should make a mega
Did
church.
we do a quiz at some point?
A
A
quiz?
quiz at some point.
I don't know. I've got a list here of all the amount of potatoes I could name. I've got 28 of them. There's also
we-
next to a thing about. It's definitely next to other quiz things, but I don't remember ever doing a quiz.
This could have been one of the
Was
many times we
this-
just found something on the internet and just said it to each other.
possibly,
This might
or it could
be.
have been around the time that Tom and all of that and all of those people were still streaming and everything.
I guess that's
It
true.
could
Oh,
have been part of that.
Just to let you know, I can name 28 types of potatoes, so.
Fantastic.
I think I can name like 3.
This, honestly, this notebook is just
I think I could name
weird.
like 6.
Shin, when you said I thought you had to marinate babies to get holy water, for some reason my mind instantly thought you said Marmite.
Yeah, you have to Marmite babies to get holy water. It's a very important step. That's why Marmite is held in such high esteem, don't you know?
I'm just imagining baby smearing Marmite over a baby's forehead like fucking Simba from The Lion King.
I've
No,
got
it would
stream stats in this book too from my very first
be marmalade.
month, 3 months of streaming.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I've got day 1, day 7, day 21, day 57, day 79, and day 86.
Those are so specific.
I know, it's because I wrote down day 1, and then I wrote down a bunch of information, and then I put day 7, and then I wrote other information. I kept doing it.
Really into journaling.
Well, apparently, this book, honestly, this is the weirdest book I've ever read.
You wrote it.
You wrote it.
I don't know. What am I doing in this book? I don't know. There's just a lot going on. I'm very entranced by what's happening. Oh, I've got Moxing Trinky Chemistry on this page.
Oh, the chemistry mod pack. We're gonna be going back into
Yeah.
that.
I've got a list of build battles. This must have been for a 12-hour. It is, because I've got the hours 11 to
Yeah.
11. And then I've got the plans for it.
That
And
must
then
be
I've
your
got build
first one.
battle. And I've got the name of everyone in the build battle.
That must have been the first one you done.
Oh my god, and I have my first Catros plan in the back of this book.
Oh,
Oh.
Literally, my first rough paper to, like, everything about her.
I unfortunately can't remember her real name. I just remember Catrice.
And then on the next page over, I have D&D teaching. And clearly me writing things down that I needed to know. I then have a cyberpunk page, Mox.
Oh yeah, because I had you make a cyberpunk
Oh, yeah.
character.
Yeah, and I have all the things written down.
Nice.
And then the top page line of the next page says, they would want to murder me. Big problems, big wins.
Yep. That's a life path moment.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got... I can't even read my own writing. I've written in cursive. Why have I done that? Weird
You just
contact
randomly
lenses.
started writing in cursive in your journal?
Apparently, yeah. What? I had 11 life events.
Oh wow, you was old.
Yeah, but I also have the number 27 written quite large, so I don't know what that means.
That's how old you were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
That's how old your soapbox
you start.
character
Your
was.
character starts at 16. Then you roll 2d6, and that becomes your character's age. And every year, a life event happens to you to help shape your character for good or worse.
I also have
see
6
mine.
siblings, apparently. One
That's-
worships me, one likes me, one dislikes me, one likes me, one's neutral, one worships me.
I think 6 is like the most you can have on that.
No,
Yep,
the
well,
most you can have
apparently
is like 10.
Oh.
Because it's a D10 is what you roll.
I thought a D10 though makes you have no siblings. Like a 10 doesn't. You're an only child.
Then it might be 9.
My enemy is the government. I don't like them. I hate them. I rip into them verbally.
Yeah, you made an enemy.
That's
A government official, technically.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That's the only bits I can like eligibly read.
I've noticed that I've got things in like many places, but I found something in my notebook that says cyberpunk years. Or
Me.
years cyberpunk.
What's weirding me out is all of this is in one notebook. Why have I got so much stuff?
That's
not
the
even full.
notebook you got. It's your one notebook.
I've got about 20 pages left. Yeah, but half of it's in the front, and then I clearly started putting random shit at the back. And now the stuff at the back is just as long as the stuff at the front. And I just have a few random pages in the middle left. What year was this bullet journal for? I don't even remember. 2018?
I mean, it was
2018.
when you just got out of uni, right?
No, it's when I started uni.
Oh,
I started uni on the 19th of September, everybody.
do you remember the 19th of September?
Yeah, you
You
remember?
remember?
I was going to babysit on the 24th of September, which I don't know who I was babysitting. I
I
never babysat.
I looked at Snoo. It's just that you were babysitting them,
Hey!
definitely.
Bite you.
You did. You
I don't
did
need.
bite at me. You did bite
I
at
don't.
me.
I don't need a babysitter.
Sure you do.
I'm a big boy.
In a biting sitter.
Someone who sits down and gets
Oh,
bitted.
this is so cringy. Do you want to hear a bit of my bullet journal? So this is
Oh,
my
boy.
thoughts on the first week of uni lectures. So my ancient philosophy unit. I put our first lecture was about Greek mythology, which I really enjoyed. I feel less confident in this area, and everybody else appears more knowledgeable. I've been more quiet, sat in the middle of these lectures, but we shall see if I gain confidence.
We shall
Front
see if
is
we gain confidence.
That's
front
really
is normal business, but the back is insanity. Yeah, that's how a lot of my notebooks ended up from work as well.
I do this bit with my notebooks where I only use the right page, but I flip the book upside down and then use the new right page, which was the previous right page, left page, to continue.
That's how I
I
treat my
feel
schedule.
like sometimes if obviously in my head I always know I'm such a socially anxious person, but I don't think it always comes off when I'm on stream. But this extract sums me up perfectly. Overall, I'm excited and I've enjoyed my week. However, I feel a little like a fish in a big a little fish in a big pond. Hopefully, this is nerves, and I'll realise that I'm smarter than I realised initially. I think my classmates are kind, so I'm sure they'll reassure me that I'm okay. That sums me up perfectly.
The anxieties.
I am an anxiety girl. Oh my god, I still had work at this point because I've just got work written
Now,
everywhere, and then I've got like events for work in this book as well.
Was that when
as
you
soon as
were a
you said
bartender?
Yeah.
soon as you said anxiety, you're an anxiety girl. My mind went instantly to Material Girl.
Tuesday, 2nd of October,
Anxiety living
to
in
do.
anxiety
Join
world.
the gym.
Join the gym.
Join the gym.
That join the gym. Then just back to it again, haven't you?
Oh, wow. This sums up my relationship at the time. Pay my ex-boyfriend £5 for a concert. £5. I had to pay my boyfriend at the time £5. Are you joking?
What the fuck?
Oh my god. Oh.
Say about that. I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. I think again, it may have been a short that I saw, and there were people discussing about relationships, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no." I remember a friend of mine was dating someone, and they've split up, but apparently the girlfriend expected $5,000 purses each week.
What?
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
or equivalent. That's insane.
Buy me a $5 item every week or what?
5,000.
No, 5,000.
Oh, 5,000. Oh, yeah, no. Instant breakup. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I believe it went on for a while until he's like, you know what? No, I'm not doing it.
He went on for a while?
Yeah. I'm like, how much do you have to be completely destitute before you realize this is a one-sided relationship?
Who the fuck can afford that? Jesus.
Yeah,
Rich people. I swear.
rich people or putting yourself into debt.
Guess that's true.
Basically, fuck.
When I die, I want this notebook to be framed somewhere. Nothing sums me up more as a person than this notebook right now.
You're over there discovering your old self over here.
I just found a page that says Trinky 2022 predictions.
Yeah, what were your predictions?
Cool.
Oh, I was so wrong.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh. It's funny because I also then clearly got people in my chat to say what they thought as well, and I wrote down other people in chat's guesses for things they thought were going to happen too.
Yeah.
2022, unfortunately, is also when I got a full-time job, so these predictions went severely out the window. Well, one of them was
What-
start
eh, what-
YouTube, which I didn't do in 2022, but I have done now.
Yep.
One of them was 4,000 followers in Twitch, which I didn't do, but I have got now. One of them was 1,500 Twitter followers. I actually couldn't care fucking less about that.
Yeah.
Instagram followers, I'm not too far off of, and then TikTok, which I don't post on anymore. So. Oh, and this is funny. Someone called Michael, fuck you, Michael, from my chat clearly, made a prediction. One was, have a boyfriend. I've put a note next to it. He laughed when he said this.
Oh, what a fucker. Oh, what
So
a
fuck you,
fucker.
Michael. Fuck you, Michael.
Clearly,
Wow.
clearly not someone who stuck around to find out if that prediction ever came true.
I don't. They must have. I'll have to go through my followers to see if they still follow me. That's so funny.
I think they probably still follow because, like, you know, they just forgot that they just don't watch anymore.
Oh, that's so funny. Do you know what really throws me off on Twitch? When people change their usernames. I have so many people in my chat change their names. And
That
then
feels
they like come
awful.
in and it's a new name and I'm like, oh, I don't recognise the name. I feel bad. But like they haven't got the new viewer thing. I'm like, oh, I don't know who you are. And then they're like, oh, it's blah blah blah. And I'm like, why the fuck you change your name? Come on.
Yeah, some people go through rebranding. I've been fairly lucky in that I can only think of, I guess now technically 3 people who've had a name change. I can't really remember 2 of them, and so it's fine. But I know that someone who I've known for streaming for a long time has recently had a like a name change. It's not that different from what it already was, and I asked them about it, and I'm like, oh, you've changed your name, and he's like, oh yeah, no, I've done that because I'm looking to align all of the names to one name across all platforms. I'm like, no, that's fair.
Have people change where it's like similar-ish? Like, you know, it's like their name, but it's now in a different variant of it. But
Yes. Yeah.
flipping egg. I've got some people that have done like a full 180. Or like have just changed from being like a short name to like a long saying, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who are you?
Yeah. People just transitioning from things because they picked a name years ago and it's just it doesn't they don't vibe with the name anymore.
I've
Translates.
done that. I looked
Hell
at
yeah.
you when they said that. I won't lie. I've
I ain't
done that.
joking.
I've had
Everyone can change their names. But you know what also throws me off? When people change their Twitch name color. That throws me off. That throws me off huge as well.
See, it fucks me up because I use both my phone and Streamlabs chat to like look at someone's name. And then the colors of the name are different.
They are.
Oh,
Yes,
no.
depending on the platform, depends like the name colors will
The
different.
names will be different. Yep.
Because I use the color to half associate for the name.
Mhm.
So then when people change their name color as well, I'm like, what have you done?
Yeah. I mean, I've had my name for a long ass time.
It
I've
doesn't
had.
even occur to me to change my
Uh,
Twitch name color.
I don't. I've just stuck the same. I'm fine with mine.
I am just whatever it was when I chose when I was like 12 and I've left it.
I have no interest in changing either my name or the color association. I'm pretty content.
I think thankfully we've all chosen pretty good names. Like, we've all got pretty simple names, not hard to remember, hasn't got a bunch of numbers in it. were pretty solid.
My username has been Snewolf since I was 10 years old, and it's never gonna change until the day I die.
Unfortunately, according to the
Well,
internet, you already died.
I am
Yeah.
gonna be the bitch, and I will change my name eventually one day. When I get famous enough to be able to take Trinky, you best know that shit's gonna be on mine.
Well, that's
Mm.
It's a
fair.
it's a dead account.
That
Can't
I
you
checked.
sucks.
get accounts?
I mean, they might be just viewing things. I don't know, but I'm
Mm.
fairly certain it's a because you can't tell if it's like following people online or whatever. I want it, quite literally, just want it. So, at some point, if I ever get famous enough, I will be Trinky on everything.
I know for me, if I'm like making a new account and I can't just have the name Snewolf, I'm just not gonna make a new account. I'm just not gonna have an account on that site. Nope.
I
That's
am
fair.
Trinky is always free, so I always end up being I am Trinky, which is fine because now everything's I am Trinky. But I'm only I am Trinky because I can't have Trinky.
Yeah. Um,
I was
I
very
have.
mad when I couldn't have Snewolf on Twitter.
So the whole Trinky thing just annoys me because it's literally my name.
Sorry,
It's my
Wenzel, you were
first name and my middle name.
Yeah. I've had Kronzi for I wanna say 26 years roughly.
I have had Trinky since 2009. I
What
know
was the
this
first
because it used to be Trinky09, which is still what it is in Minecraft, I think.
what was the first like site basically that you had your username for?
Oh
I don't know the
Jesus.
name of the website specifically, but I know that me and my mum used to play mahjong on this one website, and for some reason we needed an account on this one website, and so she made the name Trinky09 in 2009, and that's when Trinky was born. It was Trinity, then my middle name combined Trinky09 in 2009 for this mahjong game on this website.
Sh- I want to say I think it actually is going to be Hotmail
Ah.
because I needed an email address to be able to. No, it may not be because I may have signed up with this using my school email address actually. So it would have been a site that I believe is dead now, and it was called Funky. And it
That
was essential.
that website sounds familiar.
It is essentially a kind of it's not it's not a precursor to it, but it's a precursor to Facebook, I would say. But obviously MySpace came out before then. So actually it could have been MySpace, maybe. But Funky was basically the same kind of thing as what MySpace, Facebook, but for um, secondary school, university, no, it's secondary school kids in the UK and like across the globe as well. So, what high school for you guys?
Something like that. I'm trying to figure out
But
like
yeah, it was back that far. That's when I was
I,
using the name.
I immediately know mine. It was DeviantArt. Because so when I was like 10 and I was with my best friend Caitlin, um like I was aware of the internet, but I never signed up for anything except for Club Penguin and RuneScape. Those are the only things I ever had like quote
That's
unquote
my
accounts
name in
with.
Club Penguin.
But the first time I had Snewolf is when I made a DeviantArt account. And that was because at first I was using my friend Caitlin's DeviantArt account, and then she said I needed to get my own account because I was getting into arguments with people in the comment sections, and she was getting notifications of them getting mad at me.
I think I was Tringy09 in Club Penguin.
Because like I was a very autistic child seeing people being wrong on the internet, so I was compelled to correct them.
You are wrong. I must correct you.
Well, it was literally okay. So like I love wolves, right? And I really like looking at wolf art on DeviantArt, and I would see people just talking massive shit about wolves. So just be like, "That's not true. What do you? That's stupid. You're stupid." It's just like, cause I would fucking read like animal encyclopedias and like research animals, and it was primarily wolves. So I'd just be like, the whole fucking like spiel about like alpha wolves, and it's like
Wait,
that's
Club
not
Penguin's
really
still
a
a thing?
thing. Huh?
But penguin, yeah, he still exists.
Oh yeah, it died and
No.
came back because people wanted to keep it.
What the fuck?
um
Why do I not
it's
know about
not
this?
it's not the same people that originally made Club Penguin. I believe it's like technically a fan project, but it's very popular still.
You saying about that reminds me just of the is it Hubbub Hotel incident?
Oh.
No.
Oh, pool's closed.
Oh,
Pool's
pool
closed.
closed.
I didn't use my username for a website for a while. My entire thing got adopted because of Shadowrun.
Mm.
That's where I came up with the moniker
Oh,
Mox
fuck you,
for,
Disney.
because I needed a cool like hacker name because I was playing a hacker in Shadowrun, and I was like,
Oh, yeah.
what would be a really cool hacker name? And then I came up with Mox, and I liked it a lot. I liked it a lot that it replaced my old name, and I think it's at least been 10 years, but I couldn't tell you the exact date.
It's been more than 10 years.
Yeah, it's definitely been more than 10, but I couldn't tell you the exact date.
I know that you had Mox as a thing like before we ever like met each other, so like at least 15 years.
I doubt it still exists. But I know that the original origin for my name was it was a self-insert for a fantasy story I was writing.
I see.
That's where the name originally came from. There wasn't the original username that I had, but it was one that I ended up adopting and changing to.
Karanzi does sound like a really good fantasy name.
The last name came far later.
Have I been missing fucking Mox name lore? I guess. Your name is literally cool.
I think it's so funny because names have got such lore attached to them. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not just like random. Like there's such a thought process in them.
That's not true about my IRL name.
No.
No.
Yeah, but IRL names are different.
No,
You're talking
so
about like your chosen gamer tag.
my
That is like your forever gamer tag.
that's mostly true, but I was thinking of this when you're talking about your mom setting up an account. Do you want to know a username I had to go by for my entire Xbox career when the 360 was around?
God, please tell me because I
It's
love
my-
old Xbox names.
Because my mom set it up, you see. Because my mom wanted to play Halo 3. Because my mom is silly like that. And
Hell yeah.
so because it comes with that gold pass when you first get an Xbox, right? They're getting everything set up and it's like, oh, you need to create your Xbox Live account. And it's like, okay, what do I want to do? I don't really have any names or things like that. They would later adopt a name that we see in chat of Shark Crazy, but this was before she was in the know. So she let Xbox Hello, Silapse.
Oh, hello.
I was gonna listen in without the funny stream thing while
Oh.
I'm in bed.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he wants a live podcast.
He part of the
Yay.
podcast.
Guys,
Uh,
I'm never here for any of these. Hey, what up? I
Hey,
have a
has a-
dog.
you have a dog.
Don't you have to move? Don't you have to move some things around?
Yeah.
I
Yes.
did.
Well, because Trinky
I'm
doesn't have
sorry,
a
did I completely ruin everything by showing up?
You're fine.
No, you're
No.
fine.
You're fine.
No. I hope I did.
Oh,
I need to ruin this podcast for everybody.
he's crashing the podcast.
I
So
crashed the pod. I
Crash-
don't have a repairman.
no longer
Mhm.
the pod person. So they let Xbox auto generate the name. The name it auto generated, I shit you not, was Family Fun 13.
Oh,
And
My
she
God.
went,
Oh.
that works. And we were Family Fun 13 for the entirety of the Xbox 360's lifespan. And I want you to know, people are not particularly nice, especially with the fucking Halo scene that it was at the time. With a name like Family Fun 13. Oh man. Oh man, I was oh. Oh.
yeah. Fucking. Before I had the username of Snewwolf, my ass was going by the name Carly based off of iCarly.
Oh
Because
my
I like
God.
iCarly. And that was my
That
RuneScape
is-
username was Carly and then a bunch of numbers.
If you can see my face right now, holy.
Because I knew I got it like ingrained in my fucking head as a small child of like, don't ever use your real name on the internet. So I said, okay, I'll use the name Carly.
Snoo.
I don't think you understand how much
Snoo.
that piece of information has made me love you.
Snoo.
That
Can
is
I
So
be
we,
completely
incredible.
honest?
we were very close to my current username still being Carly.
Oh
If I
my
didn't
god.
meet my best friend when I was a kid.
Snoo, I just gotta say, downgrade of the century.
Yeah, low key. I wish we still had Carly.
Fuck. I
Oh,
remember the number
man.
sequence actually. It was like Carly 27310.
Wow. I've got like wow.
No, that's
I
not the
can't believe
sequence.
it.
It was 1235.
I was my Xbox name is actually Little Trinky
Little
Angel.
Trinky.
because Little Trinky. I know, not because I'm actually little, but my brother's username on Xbox was Little and then his gamer tag. But it wasn't my brother on for some reason on Xbox was never his own gamer tag. I think it was the same sort of thing, Mox, where my dad had made my brother's Xbox profile.
Oh,
So all
no.
my dad did was take my dad's username and put Little in front of it. So my brother was Little, my dad's username. And so then by proxy, I had to also be Little and then Trinky because I couldn't be Little and my dad's gamer tag. So I had to be Little Trinky because my brother was Little and then then his gamer tag.
You know, the little is basically suffixed for junior.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what my dad did it, and then that was when my brother has an actual gamer tag, but that he would never use that on his Xbox profile.
Oh.
But he used it in every game he was in. I always
That's
remember
funny.
thinking it was a really inappropriate name, and then I realized it wasn't.
I'm thinking about gamer tags and I'm thinking about people's choices for them. And my
Do
favorite
you remember the like? Oh, sorry, you go.
my favorite gamer tag story comes from the series Dot Hack. because there's a character in there who has named themselves BT, and everybody in this game has their reasons for their funny username, right? And BT is a pretty cool name. What does BT mean? What the hell could BT stand for? It could be for a lot of things.
Pisses me off
But
so much.
Bacon tomato.
yep, they
Yes.
named themselves after their favorite sandwich, but they kept out the part they didn't like of the sandwich. They don't like
Wait,
the
are you
lettuce.
serious?
Yeah, they named
Yes!
themselves Bacon
I'm
Tomato.
shitting you. I love that.
That's literally why her fucking username is BT. Because she loves BLTs, but she doesn't like the lettuce. Dude, I fucking I thought she was like
I
one of the
love
coolest
this
characters, and then I find
character.
out that's the reason for her username, and I'm like, that's such an internet person to fucking do that.
They're all of their usernames are so fucking real, dude. It's the best.
Oh, do you remember how like serious clan tags were?
Yes.
Like you had those 3/4 letters, and that was like the defining thing of your life was your clan tag. Like it was so important.
I never felt that, but I was never part of like a clan.
No,
Oh, the
I never had a
darkness.
clan.
Hello,
Well, I did.
darkness.
I did and I didn't.
I don't know which way
Not
to
really.
carry.
But I just remember everyone else, like, it was such a thing, especially, like, back on my Xbox COD days. Clan tags mattered.
Careful
And
not
also,
to
everyone used
face
to have...
reveal.
Do you remember the, when everyone used to do, like, XX, and then, like, their name, and then XX at the end?
I
Yeah.
still do that occasionally.
It's such a trend. Oh.
What was it? Yeah, no, I know that but there wasn't. I kind of just tacked onto it because it was it was an actual some of my mods from America, some of the older crew, they actually entered into tournaments in Halo. I think they were held by colleges, but they entered into it, and they entered in under the tag Forward Unto Dawn, or I think it was Forward Bound. Sorry, Forward Unto Dawn being one of the ships.
We're getting
Yeah,
Scilapse cam footage again.
I don't know
We
which
are getting
side it is. It's that camera. Cool.
It is the camera you're looking for, probably.
Had to make sure that it wasn't my face.
Whoa,
Whoa.
whoa,
Feet pics.
whoa!
Fake video. Feet on stream. Feet on stream.
I can't believe we got a feet leak. Can't believe we got a feet leak for free, even.
For free as
Scilapse,
well. Yes, quick.
Scilapse,
Get
hey,
the
what fuck,
wiki
you're
feet going.
white?
Huh? Haven't been paying attention. What's going on?
Someone was like,
What
what?
am I doing?
Oh, you confused the doggy. Hi,
Doggo.
doggy. Hello, Domino.
I
How
have
about
two
you?
focuses. My focuses are dog and not showing my face.
It's pretty.
Yeah, you showed
But
your
the-
feet.
but
You
you'll
showed
show
your
feet.
feet, yeah,
You'll show feet.
Oh,
Alright, yeah.
good.
and your hand.
He got them
That-
dogs out.
He did have them dogs out.
He was just showing toes just then.
No!
Oh, Scilaps's middle finger is as bent as mine.
It's terrible. It's pointing at me.
Do you know what? It really annoys me when I go to flip people off and I flip them off with my bent middle finger.
Scilapse, this is going to sound so weird, but like your wrist looks so grabbable.
Oh. Didn't know you kinked like that, but okay.
Whoa! Peeking out there, huh, Snoo? All the dogs.
Oh no, vicious animal attack. What? What's wrong? Was that really that bad?
Oh
I
man.
have taken over the podcast.
Size podcast.
I'm
now.
not mad about it.
For some reason, I was trying to actually load up, get into my Xbox Social on my PC, but apparently it's not signing in.
Oh.
I was just gonna go through and just see. I mean, I don't think a lot of them will mind. I don't think many of them use the tags, the gamer tags anymore. But I was gonna read some of them. I'm gonna see if I can find any funny ones I had in there.
I go by a funny name on both Xbox and PlayStation now because Mox for some reason wasn't available. So I'm Moxicity. Like toxicity.
Yeah. I know that there were, I think there was three brothers. I can't remember the third one's username. The first one, his username was Mental Party Guy. Another one was something of the Shire. I can't remember what the first part of it was, but we just called him of the Shire. And yeah, then they had a third brother that we all gamed together with.
See, I think I've heard you mention mental before.
Possibly.
Because you would just say, oh yeah, it's blah blah blah, mental.
Oh no, mental is the
not the
term.
phrase, not the term. You're talking about someone named mental.
Yeah, maybe. Probably.
Domino is getting compliments from chat.
Yay, I can't see, so I'm trusting you.
Traps, when did you change your profile picture?
I change it a lot.
They
it
do.
used to be Mr. Clean's ass earlier.
This was
Yeah, I mean to your new one. Your current one.
Neptunia?
Probably less than a week after I made it Mr. Clean's ass.
Okay.
Neptune.
Yo, gang, now that I have your attention,
Because
if
you
we
didn't
were
before.
telling name stories, should I also tell my name story while
Yeah,
I'm here?
sure.
Go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yay. Okay, Cylaps lore. Before I was Cylaps, I had two funny names.
Little Red Riding Hood.
Oh, I wish.
Snow
Anyway,
White.
you know, red doesn't really work well in the washer, so I didn't want to associate with a brand that's bad.
You're Snow White. That's your alter ego.
Anyway, so my original name for funny YouTube, because that was my first social platform, was Average. That was
What, just
it.
the word
That's pretty
average?
good.
That's a pretty good.
fucking
That's a pretty
good.
good one.
That's pretty
You
fucking
managed to
good.
get the
You
fact that you
are.
managed to get the name
Yeah, I was
average
gonna
is
say
insane.
that is
Well,
crazy.
This was back in old YouTube, right? Before they had the @ usernames. So
Yeah.
anybody could be named that. Like dupes
Okay.
existed.
Oh right, okay.
But and my profile picture as my little representation at the time was I don't know if anybody's played Corpse Party.
I played Course Party.
I have not played it. I just know mostly what happens.
My profile picture was just Moshirige from the Corpse Party anime. The glasses guy who's super into dead bodies.
Oh.
And then I was like, man, I can't tell anyone about my YouTube channel because if I just tell them to look up average on YouTube, they can't find it. I have to have something more unique and interesting. That way people can find the actual me. So then I deleted that channel and lost all the content.
Oh.
And then I was like, okay, what's a good name? I like Death Note. I will call myself Near. I want to make sure I have a name to go by. So then I made my channel name Near Point Gamma. Because I was also like, Gamma, my favorite character from Sonic. E102 Gamma. And then I was like, I need something to connect them. So I was just like, fuck it, throw a point in the middle. And I looked on YouTube and I was like, nobody has this name. This is great. This will be my brand forever. I used it for about a year and then I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to be near point gamma. It's long, it's stretch. I don't need it. I need something even more original. So then
So
I
you need something
genuinely
more
sat
short.
down. Sorry?
These guys, I need something short.
But I was like, I need something that's like relatively easy to say, something that I can use as like a simple nickname for like if someone tries to shorten it, which is where the psi part comes in. And I was sat and I was thinking like, okay, like let me think of a bunch of stuff. And does spoiler for real life be, though this wasn't exactly part of my plan, I've always been a big fan of having Y as the second letter in my name. and I was just like, maybe I should throw a Y as the second letter. So then I was like, okay, let me think of names that are short. That's like just letter Y. Oh, I know, Psy. That's a good one. Would I like being called Psy? Sure, that'd be fun. Okay, now let me think of a like what is it? Is it a prefix? Is that what it's called when
Suffix.
you add the second half of the thing?
Suffix.
It's
Suffix.
I thought you was gonna say a
Suffix.
pre is literally pre. It's the first bit.
Sorry, I'm sleepy. Anyways, I don't pre. Um
Here's some pregame.
anyway, and then I was like, okay, and I was saying like basically sigh followed by any word and just sigh this, sigh that, sigh lapse, sigh lapse. Huh. Neat. And then I thought, okay, that's a good name. Now let me look it up on YouTube and make sure no one's using it because I want to make sure it's a name nobody has yet. So then I look it up, and just surprise, surprise, there's only one video that exists, and it doesn't even have Sylaps in the title. It's just some music band from like 7 years before. Yippee! I can be original and start my own brand. And then, like, literally a month later, another thing called Sylaps pops up on YouTube, and then they're like a time lapse channel, and then I just said like on Instagram at the time, man, this sucks. Like I thought I was all original and cool, and then these people existed, and now I'm sad because I'm not original. And they took that as a personal attack. I didn't log into that Instagram account because I lost the username and password for so many years. And when I came back, they were like trash talking me hard and going like, yeah, you're not responding because you're a fucking pussy. And I'm like, this was like 5 years ago. I should or no, not 5 years ago, like 2, 3 years ago. I should just delete that. Bye bye. And they deleted their YouTube channel, so I'm the only Sylaps. But I'm just like, man, that was my earliest drama, and I didn't know it happened.
Sileps wins by doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah,
But yeah,
clearly they were ruffled by you not replying that I was shit.
It,
we
I
got
mean,
Scarpa.
they clearly were like following you because they named themselves and then started shit talking.
no, but they were going on like this tangent just about like yeah, like we can use the name too. Like just because you like existed first doesn't mean you actually had it first. So you should just step off and fuck off and do. And I was just like, oh man, these people were aggressive. That's scary. Bye bye.
Scary.
And I fortunately never ran into them again. And I hope there's no hard feelings because I didn't even mean it as like oh they copied me. It was more so, damn it, I spent so long trying to be original and now I'm not original again. But
Yeah,
yeah,
people take things as just as a huge slight when there's none there.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
people
It's
fucking love assuming that you're being an asshole intentionally.
Mm-hmm.
it's like what? It's like saying on the internet, "Oh, I like waffles," and then someone responds like, "Oh,
So
so
you
you
hate
hate
pancakes?
pancakes?"
And it's like, no, bitch, that's a whole ass new sentence. What are you
Mhm.
talking
that's
about?
that's like completely different here.
No, but anyway, but that was my funny thing. Sylaps was like, okay, if I want a name, I'm gonna focus on a brand. That's the main important part of coming up with a name. I didn't pick it because of connections. I didn't pick it because of like history with something. It was just like, man, what'll be good for branding?
Whoa, whoa,
That
whoa.
that's it.
Hey guys,
Hi.
I think I'm going to take control of the podcast again.
Why?
Okay.
It's so cool.
It was a segue into this funny little black pyramid behind me, actually.
Yes,
Oh boy.
So,
because we need to talk about the recommendations we
Synapses.
have this week.
Oh boy.
oh boy. So, How was Control?
It's a lot of fun. I wish I was able to get through more of it.
Mhm.
I will get through more of it. I'm going to continue playing the game.
I have a confession.
Mm-hmm.
The
That
answer's
game scared the
no.
shit out of me.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
I played an hour of it, and I finished the first 2 missions, and I had to stop playing because my shoulders were so tense that they were hurting. And I was like, "Oh no, this is too scary for me." So I then watched an entire YouTube playthrough of the game with no commentary
That's fine.
instead.
That's completely fine.
Yeah, that one booked me out, I ain't gonna lie.
I'm sorry, I didn't think it was going to be that scary. I'm sorry about that.
It's not it wasn't it wasn't super scary. It was just booking me out. Like, I don't know, I
Yes.
think it was very jumpy. I
They're just
think
suspenseful, tense.
yeah, it was very like yeah, it wasn't like horror scary.
No,
It was
definitely
No, you
just
just you didn't know when things were gonna happen.
Oh,
yeah,
There we
he
go.
just
died.
Bye,
con-
Synapse.
I was just constantly on edge. And like you just open like every door you opened, there was just something there, and I was like, "Fuck."
I
Chill.
sorry that was
Eh.
a bad time there. I didn't think that was going to be the case, but I do appreciate that you did. I also put in 2 story videos for people who weren't going to be able to enjoy it, or people who were having their own issues to be able to still be able to experience it. Um,
Yeah, I watched like a 10-hour long playthrough. I just watched all of it.
out of curiosity, did it do the DLCs?
Um, I don't know. Although I think the title of the video said it did,
Did they
but I don't.
go into uh a giant cave system?
Yes, with the TV.
Yes. So I think it
Yes,
did actually do the 2
yes.
DLCs.
Then yes, I
Okay.
did see the DLCs.
Okay. That's crazy. That's cool. Because I have a good out without interrupting my fucking phone is close to death. You have a good night there, friend.
Good night, setup. Angel. Drinky is a giddy who throws up when it thunders.
Not that bad. It was after the first like boss in quotation marks fight that I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. I wouldn't want anybody to actually like. I don't want to upset anybody with any of these
The problem
recommendations.
is I was kind of invested in the story, so I didn't want to like not like get into it. And also I thought the fighting mechanics and everything were all very interesting.
Oh, it's really fun to play. The shooting is
Yeah,
really
so
good.
like I thought all of that was really interesting, but I was like, I literally am on edge the entire time. I was like, I want to enjoy this.
Mhm.
So then I was like, I'll just go watch it instead.
That's fair. That's fair. I believe you ended up watching the video, Snoo.
Yeah. Boy, it's a good thing I didn't recommend anything last month because I failed colossally at all the recommendations.
No, you didn't. What are you talking about?
I didn't finish anything. Well, I finished the control videos.
You watched the control videos. We almost finished the show, and
Uh,
I know about the book. Well, we'll get to that.
the book, the book I listened to the last 2 days.
We'll talk
There's-
about the City of Bones here in a bit.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
um. So what did you guys think of Control?
I enjoyed it.
I was
The-
very oh no, sorry, Renzi, I didn't realise I cut you up.
No, go for it, you go.
No, you go.
All right. I was just gonna say, yeah, I enjoyed the intrigue and they're trying to work out everything there. It's slowly peeling back the layers of Jesse and everything that kind of gone on with them. Obviously, just the parallels to the SCP
Mm-hmm.
Foundation
Mm-hmm.
and I just did because I enjoy those. I'm enjoying this a lot with all of their anomalous things that they're finding, that they have found over the years and had to contain and everything. I, much to Mox's chagrin, would spend time trying to get to places I shouldn't be.
Now, in all fairness, that's what you are kind of supposed to do after you get the right abilities.
If I can do it without them, I will.
And the game doesn't stop you. It doesn't care how you do it. It's just you and I both know that it would have been a little easier to have gone just a bit further.
To be honest, that one where I was climbing, I still can't actually get into it.
It's fine. It's fine. You'll get into it eventually.
Oh, I'm sure I will. Very much as if I can break a sequence, I will.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to give a little bit of context for Snoo and Trinky, there's like you go into this like small little back room, and you can see on the map there is a path connecting out of that room to another section of the base, and you just look up and there's like a little vent that's come off that you can get to. You can't jump there normally, but you can reach it. Obviously, the environments are dynamic. You can climb on literally everything. So I just picked up a load of the boxes from the room before, brought them into the room, put them down to try and make a pyramid to climb up.
Understanding why Ronzi didn't get further in the game now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to say I'm about a third of the way through the game.
It's actually a really short game, shockingly.
And then I'm probably further.
You only have like 2 more zones no, 3. You have 3 more zones to go to, and that's it.
Well, I guess that kind of leads me onto a question then.
Mhm.
Because obviously there's DLCs.
Yes.
I didn't know when the DLC started or ended, clearly, because of what I was watching.
The DLCs
When do they start and or end?
They all start once the end happens.
So what I thought was the end in the middle of the game
was the actual end.
was the actual end. Oh, okay.
Yes.
That makes so much more sense. Okay. Because I saw that and was like, oh, that can't. I was like, that's the end. I was like, surely not.
Yeah.
And then it like restarted again.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, it's not. It's just like it's like an Alan Wakey kind of thing. You get to the end, you kind of like get to the end and you kind of go back through again with slightly different
American
knowledge
Nightmare.
this time. Yeah, that's what I was like. Oh, I was like, surely that's what it's like. I didn't realize they were the DLCs. Now that makes sense.
Yep.
I don't know if what I'm doing right now where I left off is DLC or not.
No. So the DLCs cannot be accessed until you beat the game. You can't actually start them until you beat the game, and that's because they don't appear. You need to use the elevator to get to them, and they don't become available until you get there.
Okay, so I'm still
that
technically
changes
in.
my
That's
feelings on
fine.
the ending then.
The end? I'm guessing. You know what? Well, yeah, no, never mind. Why don't you tell us your feelings on Control, actually?
Well, now that I need to reconfigure my brain to where the actual end is, that changes some of my opinions on other things. Because one thing I was going to say was I was very surprised at how early in the story we meet Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, obviously obviously for people who don't know about Control, it's about a girl called Jessie who's essentially trying to get into this government facility to look for her brother that was taken. Like, very loosely. That's somewhat the plot.
That's
And so I
basically it.
Yeah, without like giving away loads. That's kind of the plot. So I was kind of like not expecting him to really appear until the end. Um,
How
in my head, I'd kind of bigged him up as he was going to be the big final boss fight. Like that was kind of the way I thought it was going to go. That's not the way it played out.
Karanzi and Snoo, how do you two feel about spoilers?
Well, I watched the videos, so I kind of already know how it goes.
How about you, Karanzi?
As I'm playing it, I am kind of the opinion that like I don't want to be spoiled. I can take my
We'll be
I can
vague.
take my
No,
I
you
can take
can
my
be vague.
my headphones off. It's fine.
Okay.
I want to grab a drink anyway, so if you want to do that,
We
then
could-
you can just send me a message on Discord when you're finished with the segment.
We can do that because we can have a little spoiler chat.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
so I will be back.
Okay. So now we can discuss things thoroughly. Quick synopsis for the people at home so we can talk things thoroughly. Jesse, upon entering the place called the Oldest House, or the FBC Foundation, or the Federal Bureau of Control, ends up becoming the director by accidentally initiating a ritual by picking up a gun off of the dead director and becoming the new director of the Federal Bureau of Control. There is a entity called the Hiss, which is a entity that is a sound-based entity. They exist within sound frequencies, tunnel inside of you, hollow you out, and possess you. And that is the threat that is happening inside of there. Jesse ends up going through the Bureau, going through their collected altered items, objects of power, or OOPs. Oops. And using their strength, she is able to finally meet up with Dylan Faden, her brother, who is not only been here since he was a kid, but also is super possessed by the Hiss.
Super possessed being an understatement, I feel.
He let it in because of the treatment that the Bureau gave to him, and is kind of one of its main host links into our world. And it actually possesses Jesse. And Jesse has to go through this office hell to free themselves. Where she ends up finding Dylan again, removing the control that the Hiss has over him, but putting him into this sort of coma-like state where he's being monitored now. And the last little bit is that by the end of the game, the Hiss threat is not gone, and everyone in the Oldest House is still trapped in there. And that game came out... When did it come out exactly? Because the years in these games are accurate. 2019. They have been stuck in that Oldest House for 7 years.
Yep.
They're still there. Okay, so now we got that out of the way. We can talk freely.
Okay, so then that leads me into another question then.
Mhm.
So, if they're time correct ordered, and they've been in there for 7 years,
Mhm.
how does that tie into the Alan Wakey DLC bit at the end?
That's a great thing. So, the Alan
Because
Wake...
for context,
Yep.
there's a thing, there's an alert goes off right at the end,
Uh-huh.
and they said this is happening in the future.
Yep. It's funny how these altered world events work. So, after the events of Alan Wake, you can find documentation, especially in the DLC, but you can find it outside of it too, funny enough, of them going to Bright Falls and basically doing their own investigations and being like, yeah, there was some crazy shit that happened here. We've silenced a bunch of the people in the town. We've interviewed Barry. We've interviewed Alice. the sheriffs and stuff like that, and they set up a monitoring station over near Quiet Lake to monitor it for when things happen again.
Quiet Lake.
I said Quiet Lake, didn't I? Sorry, a Cauldron Lake. Cauldron Lake, my thing. The place near Cauldron Lake starts activating again because Alan starts sending signals out, which is actually what the DLC AWE is. Funny enough, AWEs in Control are called Altered World Events. AWE does not stand for Altered World Event in this. It stands for the Alan Wake event. He's been sending out signals, and he has been trying to tear himself out of the dark place. His first experiment in doing that was American Nightmare, where he took old footage from Night Springs, the show he worked on, to try and get himself out, and it didn't work. But he did kill his doppelganger through it, so that was cool. The hiss is also his creation.
Right, okay.
He wanted to find a way to free himself, and he thought of some more abstract ways. So what he did is he came up with a new entity that might be able to carry him out. If he can't leave through words and he can't leave through visuals, what if he can leave through sound? So he created an entity comprised of sound, which was the hiss. And in order to invoke it, he created the hiss chant by taking a poem he wrote and chopping it up and putting it into a box, and then arranging the poem by taking those words from the box and creating line by line for what it is, which is why the hiss chant is so strange and random, but also connected. This also did not work, unfortunately, because he hasn't learned a fucking lesson. And he still doesn't continue to learn these lessons, unfortunately, as time goes on.
He's actually a problem. Like, low-key, hate to say it, but if Alan had never been born, things might have been better.
Well, he might not have been. I don't know if you picked up on the paradox between him and the poet from...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did.
Because Tom the poet created a poem about Alan, but Alan writes about Tom. Who created who? This is a chicken and the egg situation. Even stranger, did you notice the discrepancy about Tom in Control? It's brief. It's very brief, so...
Potentially, I was paying a lot of attention during the, like, with them basically talking at each other. And then, was it Zane that was like, there's my duplicate? And then Alan was like, oh, don't worry about it. I've got it.
So funny enough, it's actually towards the end of the base game where Jessie finds the files on herself.
Yes, she does.
And she's listening to these old interview recordings. And in those interview recordings, she's talking about how she's a big fan of poetry to the interviewer, and how she really likes these poems from Thomas Zane. And the interviewer pauses and goes, I think you're mistaken. Thomas Zane is a director. And she goes, oh,
yes. And then when she goes into the motel, she's like, oh, Thingy the poet. And then she goes, oh, no, the director. I always get that wrong.
Thomas Zane is not a poet. Thomas Zane is a director, but he played a character who was a poet.
Right, I see.
And that's why he's a diver, because that's the character he played in the bit where he was a diver. He was a poet. I wanted you guys were playing Alan Wake initially. I was asking you guys to focus on the poet and his muse because it is a song that only furthers Zane's illusion because Zane's control over media, particularly using film techniques, is so much more influential than you realize, and you only see it in Alan Wake 2. It is a scene that's fucking crazy, by the way. He is held up by gunpoint. Alan goes into a movie and holds Thomas Zane at gunpoint, who's tied to a chair, and Zane starts editing the movie, swapping who's in the chair and holding the gun, and Alan shoots him in the head. And then if you stay there and stare at the screen for a while where his dead body is there with the bullet hole in his head, he opens his eyes and pulls out a cloth and wipes the blood from his forehead because it was special effects. It's fucking wild.
Okay, so going back to the ending then,
Mhm.
the actual ending, not the DLCs.
Mhm.
Right. So it's Polaris, isn't it? Is the name of the thing in the head, basically.
The entity
The hiss
inside
in her
of
head.
the
Yeah.
entity inside of Jesse, Polaris,
Yes.
is also Jesse.
Yes. So at the end, when they're trying to get basically free it,
Mm-hmm.
what was actually in the ball?
Polaris.
The entity itself.
Yes.
Okay.
So similar to how the hiss is influencing things through their sound things, a form of Jesse that got taken over by the hiss initially also becomes a sound wave. She exists within the Foundation and is controlled by the Foundation. When the song Take Control... Oh, Ronzi's making some faces. When the song Take Control is played during the bit where she's going through the infinite hallway, it is directly about her fighting through this strength, using the strength that was always innately to her. She has always had these abilities that Polaris is brings about from Jesse, but this version of Jesse didn't access it. She needed essentially that assistance that she gains from the objects in the oldest house to do it. Her inborn power, as it's put. Okay.
Mhm.
Sound is funny. Sound echoes, sound reverberates. There's a lot of uses of paintings and portraits and things that are hanging on the wall that can be destroyed to reveal things behind it, in the same way that her and her brother tore a poster down and experienced, well, the void behind me, the astral plane.
Yep.
The sound that were in the astral plane echo out, and they echo out at all times, as every sound that will be there has been there. The first effect of the hiss effect technically was Polaris getting into Jesse. It was herself calling out to herself. She saves herself with this power. She self-actualizes with all of this. It's fucking cool.
Okay. And then, obviously, ultimately, we conclude that Dylan was lost to the hiss.
No.
But not half so.
See, this is the part that I was excited about, because by just what the game shows, you would be correct.
Yeah. Like, he's not dead.
He's not dead. He is out. Basically,
Somewhere.
his spirit is out in the ether doing things.
Yeah.
So Alan Wake 2 has DLC, right?
Right.
One of the DLCs that they have is called the Night Springs DLCs, and it's a series of short scenarios of basically Night Springs episodes that you can play, and all of them are spoofs on different Remedy games, one of which even being Alan Wake itself, and that one hurts me physically because it's fan fiction. It's so fan fiction, I think you would fucking love it because it's so trashy. Like Alan's doppelganger is a heart of gold but tough individual who takes care of animals and things like that, but nobody understands him because he's so dark and brooding and he has such a dark soul, and he's also a werewolf. And he drives around on a motorcycle, and that motorcycle is also a werewolf, and you have to fight both of them in front of an old folks home so that the person you're playing as can't go save the writer who they're in love with, but they also really love him and they can't destroy him because they care about. It's a fucking mess. And it's intentionally so. That's not the thing I should have been talking about. I just had to rant that. The thing I'm talking about is they do a bit on Control where Jesse infiltrates a cult of coffee. And that's a mess too, but it's a funny mess. The thing about it is at the end, Jesse ends up going into a hidden place, and in there is a giant cage. A cage that, technically speaking, Dylan is in the astral plane, surrounded by clocks. Doesn't that sound familiar? Except Alan has replaced himself with Dylan by trying to get himself out. Control 2 is a game that's coming out here in a bit. And in Control 2, Dylan Faden is playable and is one of the main characters.
I see.
You should check out that trailer. It's really cool.
Overall, I enjoyed it. I think. I liked the storyline a lot. Obviously the game itself is like very visually stunning.
Oh my god, it's so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. But I feel like the end, I don't know if you experienced this, but you're so in that world, so maybe you didn't. I feel like the true end to the game, I was kind of left wanting more.
No, I agree with that, especially since I don't like that a lot of things don't get resolved.
Yeah, I think that's my problem, was I feel like we were building to things that never really felt like they came into kind of fruition. And if anything, I actually think the ending, once you've got the 2 DLCs in it, is actually a better ending.
I can agree with that. The
I
last
think with
Oh,
the whole it's happening again, that like, oh, where's this alert coming from? Like, it sets it up for, for
Mhm.
more development, and I feel like you go on a better journey. But I think the potential ending is, I guess maybe it's just slightly too vague for my liking.
Something very cool about all of this is the alert that they do is Alan's fault, but it's not Alan who did it. It's actually the Bureau. There is a facility that they have that's secret that you can find some documentation in as well. It's very brief, but it's there. About two researchers who are a married couple who are asking Darling for aid, who have set up their own thing to sort of do what the Bureau does, where they try to replicate the events of certain things, and they try to sort of scientifically explain all of their magic, and that never goes well for them. They don't fucking learn, but they do it anyway, right? So let me ask you this. If you were a individual who didn't have a creative bone in your body, and you were trying to recreate something that can only be done through the act of actual honest-to-God creation, how would you do it?
I don't know.
One of them gets other people to do it for them. The other one uses AI. And these create horrors. Horrors that should have never existed. and it is fucking incredible. Okay, I'm gonna go summon Ronzi. Messaging. Ba, 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 ba. All right, I messaged them. This explanation rocks. Can't keep himself under control. Haha. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We have gone through our spoiler bits. I did talk a little bit about Alan Wake 2 within all this, but it's fine.
Is that us done with Control?
I think that's us done with Control. Should we move away from some trash games and go and play something that's some premium? Shangri-la Frontier.
Tee up for us, Rons.
It is a anime that you could quite easily think it is an isekai. But it kind of is, but it's in a way that I think is probably closer to that of Sword Art Online. Except they don't get trapped in the game. And no permadeath. But it is a anime series following some characters in a world where full dive technology has been developed and is cutting edge, and it follows the shenanigans of a so-called trash game hunter who finds enjoyment out of playing the worst of the worst games. And he's convinced to play essentially, like, I would say argue is actually, if in this universe, a quadruple A game. Like, I know you don't like the term,
It's
but I mean, it is a cut up. It is marketed as a cut above everything else.
I will give it that it has a better understanding of what is actually the successful margins of a video game compared to what fucking Sword Art thinks.
Yes.
The numbers that it says are like in the millions, and it's like, okay, yeah, for an MMO, like that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Is that yes? So because there is something that I will say. It's kind of a little bit spoilery. So they say that 30 million players play it worldwide. The anime states that. There's a problem. The anime also states that the game is only accessible in Japan.
How the fuck? What?
Yeah, there's a character that's introduced later that they visit Japan, they start playing the game, they then move to Japan to play the game.
Oh man. All right.
A quadruple A game. There's a terminology that was thrown around, I want to say within the last 5 years, that
And-
some developers were trying to push, like, oh yeah, we're making quadruple A games now, not triple A. It's like, no, you're not.
No. No, it's
You're really not.
It's a bunch of bullshit.
These games are trash.
They're fucking awful. I have some interesting feelings on this. Overall, I want to say I enjoyed it. It took a lot to get me to enjoy it, though, because I don't like the protagonist. I don't like him at all. I think he's an insufferable prick.
He is 15, 16-year-old.
A 16-year-old who lives in his room playing VR video games all day and surviving off of a diet of microwave cheeseburgers and energy drinks.
Pretty much, yeah. A cup ramen,
Mm-hmm.
energy drinks. I'm like, how are you surviving? This makes no sense.
I don't understand it. And the way that he goes about things, it's like, as a professional glitch, I do not think about how to immediately break a game when I go into it. And he is actively looking for ways to glitch himself out of things to find these silly little exploits. And it's so
yeah, I think that's just the in universe is that all of these badly made games that are pushed out are just full of glitches because they are just churned out so much. That's just what happens to them.
When the show stopped focusing on I'm in elite gamers and I knows what I'm doing, I'm gonna sacrifice everything into luck and speed and I don't care about anything else. I'm not even gonna go check the tutorial and I'm so glad that fucking bit him in the ass. I am so glad that bit him in the ass.
It bit him in the ass so hard.
It really did, and I'm fucking glad for it. As soon as it stopped being that and started actually paying attention to the game he's in and the things around it and the things they were doing, especially the big important thing,
the world
building with who is probably my favorite character, Pencil Guard. I was paying attention. As Snoo put it while we were doing this, we stopped looking at our phones and we're actively watching. Well, when you're playing a beta, that's one thing. I will stop hogging the thing. I'm passing the talking stick to someone else. Snoo, I throw it at you.
Metal pipe drops down
Yeah.
on Snoo's
Bang.
head and like, bong!
Snoo, you there?
No.
Snoo?
Snoo's zoned out.
They might have fallen asleep. I'm gonna go check on them. I'll be right back. I guess Trinky, you get the talking stick by default.
By proxy, okay. I don't remember what I was doing when I watched the first episode, but I think I stopped afterwards. I was like, I don't know if I can watch this. My brain just went, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know if I can watch
Did you
this.
fall asleep?
Oh no,
Welcome.
Oh god, that means you got to try and wake him up. Sleepy Snoo is hard to wake.
I'm listening. I'm listening. You're really talking.
So I then obviously did watch it. I'm in two minds about it. Because I can understand the appeal of it and why it's great, and there are some good aspects of it. And the whole like rabbit Yakuza thing I find very funny. And I like very much enjoy that. But I'm similar-ish with Mox's point of view. I was struggling to buy into it because of the lack of world building. And like for me it's like I can't obviously I can kind of see more of it now, the more I've watched, but to begin with I was struggling to see what's the point of this series? Like actually what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Like it hasn't set up like this is the goal. This is what we're doing here. This is the ultimate aim of whatever it is. Cuz like even like Spy Family, right?
Mm-hmm.
within the first episode, you understand the whole plot of that anime. You know exactly where it's going and the point of it. Like, the whole point is he's on a secret mission. He's got to get this kid into this school. He's got to get to this guy. Great. You had the same, and obviously, like, One Piece, you know, he's going for the One Piece. Like, you kind of feel the things out in the first episode, whereas with this one, it took probably like a good, I want to say like 10 episodes before I
It's like
started to go,
episode
is
11.
this, I was like, is this the point? Like, is this what we're aiming for? Even now, I'm still not sure. Like, I think we're aiming to kill the 7 big things, but I'm not actually sure.
Yes. No, what once they dealt with Weathermon, they literally stated their aim, like, yeah, we're gonna go after the rest of them. That is what our small clan is going to do, and that is what we're going to see through. So
Yeah.
that's essentially what it comes down to.
Yeah. So that's, I think, and obviously that did become apparent, obviously, the more they got into it. But
Yeah.
I felt like it took us a while to get
Yeah.
to that point. Because I feel like most animes, like, it literally is like on the first episode, you understand what the point is, right? Like, they make them quite well known. Whereas I feel like this one took a while to get into it. But then like, and the kind of, you know, like the big fight that they did with, what was his name? What's his name? The night guy.
The Tomb God.
Yeah.
Oh no, Lycagon.
Like a gun.
Yeah, whatever
the
the
night
one.
horror, the night terror, the giant
Yeah,
doggo.
Puppy.
yeah, the one. Wait, what? Am I thinking about something different?
Are you thinking the samurai or the doggo?
The samurai, I think.
Weathermon.
Where's
Weathermon the
where's
King Bird.
Weathermon the Tomb God?
Yeah, yeah, with the whole with the flowers and
Yeah.
the necklace and the
Setsuna
thing.
of bygone days.
Yeah. When they were doing that whole fight, and obviously you could see him like learning the game mechanics and shit like that. Like, that was quite interesting. But kind of agree with Marks, it was just kind of pissed me off that you always found a way out of it so quick. Like, I like a bit of failure in people. But
No,
otherwise, I thought it was
that's
fine.
fair. I mean, it is just the speed at which they compute. Like he's been.
I think especially because
I get that
Sorry.
he's been playing shit games for so long that he's like he'll be expertly great at it.
Well,
But it's just a
I
bit.
feel especially because this is a video game, the protagonist can lose more often and it'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that's kind of what I think I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like the whole thing is about him constantly winning, and he's like on this epic like chosen one journey. But like, even every now and then you need your protagonist to get the shit whacked out of them so they have a reason to get better.
To grow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to like actually enforce some development, where I feel like he's not actually having any shit kicked out of him, so he's not actually getting character growth in that department of like, this is why I need to get better. He's just going in and conquering basically everything all the time.
Trinky, did you manage to watch the last episode? Because I know that Mox said that. Mox and Snoop weren't
I
able to.
couldn't remember how many episodes there were that we were told to watch. I watched 24. Was there 25?
24?
Okay, then I might have watched it. Yes.
We got to 21.
I'm fairly certain the first season ends at 24.
It does, in fact.
I can't remember if it was 24 or 25.
Yeah, so I mean, I think Ishin did point out that you see him with the Crystal Scorpion. So just to at least spoil the end, he's moving towards the new city because obviously he got the quest for from the Yakuza rabbit. I've forgotten his name already.
Boss.
The boss, yeah,
the boss.
Dad.
Just call him boss.
In there, obviously, they're going through like an undead canyon, and above them is an area where they're like, he's told, don't go there because it is infested with crystal scorpions that hunt as a pack, and they will rock your shit. He goes there, and he gets his shit rocked. constantly. He does eventually conquer it, but yeah, he hits a roadblock and his frustration is showing.
I
Vash,
really,
yes.
I really wanted him to lose to the first boss that he fought.
Yeah.
Oh, the snake.
Yeah,
He almost did.
I really wanted him to.
Technically, he
I think-
died.
I think it's because it's a video game. There's almost like no consequences, is there, to him losing?
No,
Or like,
all there
Yeah,
is
no, there
he,
isn't.
is he has like
Oh, no,
the
there's a.
7 days style, like, oh, you have to like earn enough XP to start earning XP for your level ups again.
No, I think he does. You do also get a stat debuff as well.
yeah,
It
but I
depends
just
on
mean as
like
in
what
like,
kills you apparently, but
yeah, but
it's
Okay,
all of
yeah.
mainly
those are
just,
still
like,
like inconsequential. Because like when you compare it to like
Yes.
other animes and mangas and stuff, where the main character is actually like a living, breathing character, all the stakes feel higher.
Yes.
Which I think is obviously maybe that's my bugbear with the show, is that the stakes don't feel high enough.
I feel like there is definitely something to lose when they're getting into like the raid battles,
Yeah.
because as they pointed out, that is like hours worth of time, days worth of time that you could just lose
You get
instantly if you
one
die.
shot to
Yeah.
do it, and the preparations that they had to go through were a once in a blue moon situation that let them do what they did. That it almost puts them destitute at the end of it.
Oh, I mean, Pensiogon is pretty much destitute.
Yeah, they lost almost
Yes, you lost
everything.
everything.
Their punchy friend de-leveled from the whole thing.
What, 20,
Mhm.
20 or 30 levels Katsu lost, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because he just popped it and like didn't let Pencilgon finish the explanation.
So
That's
like,
what
Partly
happened.
is his own fault.
and that's probably why that entire fight and everything that was going was the most interesting thing, is because this was an actual fight where going down for realsies was it. And if they
Mhm.
didn't do it, they were never going to do it.
The Weathermon fight is when I was just like, no, I want them to win instead of me hoping they'll lose to get knocked down a peg or two.
Yeah. And just the whole working out, like, I mean, him eventually working out like the actual clear condition, but then also just his reasoning for it, and like, I don't agree with your reasoning,
No, his
but
reasoning
yes,
is
you're not
stupid.
wrong.
You got the
But
right
that
answer
would
with the
just be
wrong
boring.
formula. Great.
Yeah.
I was having a lot of fun talking to Snoo about MMO mechanics while things were going
Oh
on.
yeah. There would just be something that happens, and he would start telling me about Final Fantasy 14 and how it works in FF14, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
Now, I was not looking at this being like, it's not like FF14, I don't hurt, blah, blah, blah. No, I understand different games, different things. I was explaining it in the way that I'm most familiar with. However, it's also because it's a video game that there were a lot of things about this that I did not like. The biggest one being, if an NPC dies, they're dead.
That's the
Yeah.
stupidest fucking
That
shit
is
to
the
me forever.
dumbest fucking thing you can do in an MMO like this, because do you know the stories about Lord British and the fucking Blood Plague?
Yeah, like
I know the blood.
one
I
of
know
the
the Blood
most
Plague.
fascinating things about like MMO history is the fucking like the fucking Blood Plague. And it's like,
Do you know
if
about
you
these
made
things, Tricky?
an MMO where your NPCs could die and be dead for real, you have just fucking hard locked your entire player base out of everything, because it just takes one piece of shit to ruin the game for everyone.
So if
Yep.
I'm seeing the questions out there. The Lord British is in Ultima Online, and the Ultima series in general. The creators have a self-insert character who is Lord British. He's the ruler of everything like that. When the game went live, the actual character, or the NPC of Lord British, was controlled by the actual game dev. Every player who, for the most part, online was in the town with him while he was giving his intro speech. They all attacked him In the one moment when he wasn't immortal, he had all these defenses and health. It took everyone on the fucking thing to do it. They actually killed him. They coordinated and killed an unkillable NPC. And in retaliation to this, the game was punished, and all the players were, which is ridiculous. That event was so important because a bunch of other devs took notes from this and let players do their things. One of the big ones being fucking Gabe Newell, who implemented letting players experiment and do what they want and interact with worlds in goofy ways. And it helped generate and define what allowed Half-Life to be what it was. And then the Blood Plague was when an accidental status effect from a raid cat onto somebody's pet and carried outside of the raid with them and spread across the world, creating an actual honest-to-God pandemic in an MMO. And you want to know the fascinating thing about this? While there were people trying to clear it, there were a bunch of people who were intentionally getting it and trying to perpetuate it. They wanted to keep the chaos going. And that is the reason why if you have killable NPCs who die for realsies, that game would be dead so fucking fast because of these assholes.
Yes.
All they need to do is win once.
I have like zero interest in World of Warcraft and Warcraft in general, but the Blood Plague is so fucking fascinating to me. The way it was
It's so
handled
iconic.
by the player base, and the fact that like I think it was the CDC looked at that and went, "This is something you can study. This is something that has real world value outside of this game because of how this was handled." And like it's just so fucking cool. And also like it's a very excellent example of like how humans interact with each other, especially in a situation where it's like at the end of the day it doesn't really matter, it doesn't affect you that much, but it does affect you.
Yeah. I mean, the entire thing on it was that it was on a hunter's pet, and how hunters, I believe how it was, how hunter's pet worked in original 1.0 release of WoW was that if the pet died, it was dead. There was no way to res it. You had to go and find a new pet to train up from scratch. So they were attached to the pet. It got the blood plague. So to save it, he put it away. For some reason, the devs didn't take that into account. And when he summoned it again outside of the raid, it just started spreading in Stormwind.
But these are real events that happened with actual people in an MMO environment. You're telling me there wouldn't be a group of... They had an example of an MMO that went through this, the fucking medieval one, where people were supposed to work together, go and deal with it, and instead they turned into robbing each other, and it became this fucking rogue town, this rogue city that one of their friends would take over. And you're telling me there aren't people in this game who would be going around slaughtering towns whole send? Fucking yes, they would.
The same assholes that would be playing the medieval game in that universe are definitely going to be playing Shangri-La Frontier. Like, they're on the internet. The assholes are all over the internet.
I also hate...
It's just what it is.
A game that has exclusivity that locks you out of having something not because of level requirement, not because of job proficiencies or things, but just because you're a special little boy and God's favorite princess. I hate that immensely. I cannot begin to express...
The luck of the draw.
Yeah, I fucking despise that. I also do not agree or believe that in an MMO environment, people would not be sharing their information around, hoarding their fucking knowledge of the game. People are all too fucking happy to go out there and be like, yo, look at this cool thing I learned or this cool thing I found, because they get associated with it. Look at speedrunners. They name their tricks after themselves. For fuck's sake.
Like, fuck, you're telling me that no one is trying to fucking, like, what's it called? Data harvest or something? Like, basically trying to read the game data Like, you're telling me no one's fucking doing that to Shangri-La Frontier, the quote unquote hottest MMO that's
Yeah,
happening? You're telling me
yeah.
not a single goddamn person is going like, I'm just gonna look at the game files and see what the fuck I can find, so we can, have
With
information on the wiki pages.
yeah, I think with that one, I think they have a robust
That's what it seems like, because it's very,
team that's
very intricately made, given the like random
yeah.
shots we'll see of like story progression going from 11% to 12%. But also, like, you're telling me no one's trying still. Like, no one has anything. Because you still have the
So
data on your own device that you could access.
yeah, so I think this is why it is a game that has in universe is a game that has not made it outside of Japan. In that they're at least more respect. I think how the Japanese see it is that they're more respectful of the game and that they wouldn't do things like that. There are obviously going to be those rogue elements in there. The reason why there's the player killers.
Hmm.
Like you're not going to you can't turn around and say, oh yeah, there are no bad elements in the game. No, they're always going to be. But they're not going to be as many as you see for some of the worldwide MMOs. I think that's probably what they're more getting, what it's more getting at, which is why you don't see it or why there's not as much for focus.
My
Because yeah, you're right. You've got the guilds that do share. You've got the library
Hmm.
who are literally looking for as much lore as they can get, so they do share information. But some of the more exclusive events is just because it's such sought after information that it is a traded commodity.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe that for a second. And those are some of those elements that take me out of the experience. But
Fair.
I still did enjoy my time with it when it was those bits. Like basically as Trinky put it, for what about episode 11 where everything finally comes into place and we start moving forward. It was a very enjoyable time and I was really into it, where we were watching it because we were excited to watch it and not because we had this obligation to do so. I was a little nervous about it sort of going back to its original things once they defeated, but they were continuing pretty cool with this new treasure trove of trying to get the pieces so they can get the stuff that's inside of it and the proficiencies, and taking the blacksmith bunny out there to go and level them up so that they can get something. That sounds like a genuine side quest. That sounds like a genuine good time. I'd like to go and take an NPC out there so they could level up their crafting. That sounds fucking cool.
Yeah, that's carried on into the. I will say that entire thing is carried on into the next season.
Also, like
So I
exclusive
did end up
events.
watching both seasons when I started. I'm like,
Easy.
I'm enjoying this. I'm just gonna watch the rest of it. I've already started. Let's just go.
But I did enjoy my time with it. I can't say that I walked away too upset. There are things that got me, but overall, I'm fine with it. Also, what's your face? I don't remember your name. The lady in the suit of armor. Just fucking say words.
Put it away. Just either put it away or Tiger Zero.
Saiga Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, either put your boner away or fucking nut up and fucking tell him.
Because the love
But
story
just
kind
literally,
of sucks.
but you just be honest and be like, it's me, blah blah blah. He'd probably be more stoked if he just knew it was you.
Right?
So
I'm also
I
I'm also a little bit just like, girl, what do you see in it?
I don't know what
Do
she
you really want to be with the guy that just lies on his bed forever in a video game?
Well,
which,
she
I mean,
does the
she's done
same
exact-
thing.
She's just the exact thing.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like she also does part of that to be with him.
Yeah.
Well, she was playing Shangri-La Frontier beforehand. She's really well involved in that one thing. So no, she's definitely in.
Oh yeah, I do get that, but
Like, she
I
was
don't
already
know.
max
So
level when he joined.
I've done some I've done some reading and some exploring on Reddit At the very least, what I will say, without spoiling, I don't think really it spoils much. But the author has turned around and said that he doesn't want any, like, his story. The focus of the story will never be upon the relationship between the two of them. That whatever happens, like, it will progress. Things will, like, a relationship, their relationships will expand, but it will never be the focus. And it's only ever, and he's basically, it's like, it's there for a form of comic relief and levity in situations. It's not meant to be the focus for the story.
He never really felt like it. And to me, it was more annoying whenever it would be like, "Oh, I'm so obsessed with him," and like a giddy
Yeah.
schoolgirl, and it's like, that's great, girl. So do you like have a reason to like him? Because so far, all it is he's just a gamer, and that's it.
She saw him smile and was just passionate about something, so she saw the smile and that was it. That's what got her. Wanted to know more about him.
I'm just like, girl, I know you can do better. 'Cause, like, he's not a bad dude, but it's also like I as a real person in the real world, there's just like not anything special about him. He's just a gamer. He plays video games and he's good at games. That's like it. That's all he really has.
And he gets just surrounded by women. All of the women. You hear that? If you are a gamer, women fall head over heels on you. Clearly. Look at the one that's hanging off
They
of his
fall
neck
head over
constantly.
him for you.
I like it when they're going on their fucking training arc in the cave, and Emma is like, "Oh, she just said about cancer." It's like, "Oh, she's so brave going down there." It's like, Emma, that's not a girl, and just breaks her mind with it. It's like, huh, what?
That bit, I was just like, oh man, this is not a trans allegory.
This is not. This is just a boy playing a girl character in a game.
Which honestly, like, I'm surprised there wasn't more. I will say a thing that was I was nitpicking very hard at the start of the fucking show because it was pissing me off is like Sunraku being a weirdo and doing weird shit, and people like acknowledging that that's weird shit and that's not normal. And I'm just like, you were on the fucking internet. What are you talking about?
How many
I know.
Limsa incidents have we had?
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
have been surrounded by cat girls who were petting me while I was making like cookies. I have had people run up and ask me to give them back the gill for the fucking Mercedes Benz that I bought, which it was like, what angel was there for that? I
you
ha-
had the bed incident.
the bed incident. There's all of the naked people performing music in front of the fountain. It's like the Tender Shortcakes. Yeah. Like, look, being weird in an MMO isn't that weird. Yeah, people will stop and stare.
No,
I
yeah.
definitely have stared at the cryptids I see, but it's never like, what the fuck is that person doing? Blah blah blah. It's, guys, I found another one.
Yeah, yeah. I think it is more like people are expecting. Oh, there is a social thing. You should not be walking around butt naked. Everyone's like, that.
And
How the players seem to be treating the game as if it is real life.
and that's so fucking bizarre to me because it's like it's a video game. I would expect that there would be a guild full of streakers where your entire thing is you just go into town to piss off the
Yeah.
guard NPCs and have them chase you.
That
There
sounds
would
hilarious.
totally be a guild doing that.
Sounds
That's
hilarious.
dedicated to specifically that.
If this game,
Dude, there would be
is
a
actually released in that way. That's what we're doing.
There would be a
That's the
streak
guild we're
rally.
forming.
There would be a streak rally where you're running from town 1 to 2 to 4, like all of them just naked sprinting throughout it. The great ball race.
Well, steel ball run.
Yeah, exactly.
Free ball run. Oh,
Yeah, it's like
no,
definitely
I'm glad you
it-
at least found some enjoyment in the show. That I think
Yeah.
that's the main thing.
eventually. At the start, it was more so like it was severely pissing me off. And then when we got to the Weathermon fight is when I finally like started easing up on getting pissed off all the time.
Yeah.
Cuz it's like it just felt like the author like didn't had never interacted online before writing this story. And that just felt insane to me.
It is entirely possible.
It's entirely possible, but it's also just like you've never been on the internet in the modern day and age. And then you made a manga about it.
So I was like, so there was something that I did want to ask. I mean, Mox ended up confirming it for me. It was in episode, I believe it was in episode 11. But when Vash done the blacksmith scene, my question was, when they done the song, did they change it from Japanese to English?
No,
Nope.
it was in Japanese.
It was in Japanese, and and Crunchyroll gave us the subtitles for it. I really like that scene. That was a really good scene.
That was
It
the
is
start.
from-
Yeah, that was cool.
Mhm.
That felt like a genuine cutscene in a video game I wouldn't want to skip.
Yes. Just leading into that is just great. I've mentioned it before, but yeah, obviously Mox, the voice actor for Vash in Japanese is Gaius Van Belsa.
Yep. For who
Yeah.
do you simp?
For who sim- but also I don't know what it is with him. He's wearing another goddamn kimono because he is also Shinsui from Bleach, who also wears a flowery kimono.
It's just typecasting.
It really is.
Well, how about we travel from Shangri-La Frontier to the City of Bones?
Well, it doesn't sound like this one went well.
So I'll go first. I got nothing. I got like the very beginning intro. Because Mox was trying really hard to help me find an audiobook, and I was struggling to find an audiobook. And he found one on Spotify. And it's like, okay, cool. I'll listen to that while I'm working on commission stuff and art stuff. And Spotify, despite me sharing like the family account thing with Mox, was just like, hey, you need to pay for a subscription for the audiobook stuff. And I'm like, fucking why? So I couldn't listen to it on Spotify. So it's like, okay, cool. Mox found a sequence of YouTube videos of someone who was reading it. This is not like an official audiobook thing. It's just someone who's reading it to have, a read version of it online. I got like 30 minutes in before I had to stop because they were reading at like a 6th grade level. I could not deal with the fact that like this was unedited. So all
Oh
of them like
no.
misreading words and then having to reread and like the awkward like pauses as they're trying to figure out what a word says, and I'm just like, no, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I can't
No.
do this.
Yeah, that's
No.
bad.
I'm just like, God, girl, like you could have edited out. You could have done just a little bit more. Just do them another take. um. So yeah, I got nowhere besides the very beginning intro.
Okay.
And then Mox found a synopsis video that was 2 hours long, and he sent that to me last night. And then we played Minecraft together, so I didn't get a chance to watch it because I can't have a browser open and the modded Minecraft server, otherwise the laptop will explode.
Yeah, that's fair.
So oops.
So
It's okay, you tried.
so Trinky,
Yeah.
how much of a fan of this are you?
I mean, I've read the books a couple of times, but I'm not like die hard or like ride or die for it.
So I
If not, Mox is gonna rip this thing apart real
I'm
quick.
I'm not gonna rip this thing apart, but here's the story I have to tell you. While playing Minecraft on a different day, I was getting our friend and current viewer Angel of Shadows into the mod pack, and while we were waiting for things to do their thing, I was talking about this month's suggestions and things, and I got to talking about this book, and they spoiled something for me
Oh no.
that I didn't know
Oh
about
no.
because it was the thing
Oh
that they remembered
no.
from it when they read through it.
Angel.
Oops.
I gave them permission, I will admit, but they did spoil something for me that made me kind of stare at like what they were talking about how the main character and the fancy love interest will say
Yeah.
uh make out super hard and turn out to be brother and sister.
Oh, is that what they told you?
Yes.
Oh, I'm okay with this then. That's not a spoiler at all.
So I had that going into my mind while I was going through things. And I gotta say, this had that young adult story
Well, it
from
100% is.
that feeling, especially when I found out some things, because I had to do a little digging out of curiosity, that the author of this started out writing fan fiction.
Of
It
course they did.
fucking feels like it.
Of course they
Holy
did.
shit, it
It's
feels
a
like
young
it.
adult book from like 2012. Of course it started from a
I'm gonna
fanfic
say
era.
I do
it's
want
giving me vibes of Twilight.
I
Yeah.
want to stress on my side of things of like just because you do write fan fiction doesn't mean you're a bad writer per se, but there are some people that are not good at writing that write a lot of fan fiction.
I'm not
I want to
Yes.
put that out there.
I am not telling anybody who writes fan fictions that they're bad or anything. I'm saying that there is a very noticeable series of things that authors do from this circle that you can see the DNA of, and the thing that every time I see it in these stories, I hear uh royalty free ba 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 da ba 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 da ba music when they're talking about all the different outfit fucking changes that happen. I felt it. I felt it in my heart and soul back in the day when I was subjected to having to go through my immortal. I felt it when I was going through the oh so wonderful things of Lightlark, and I felt it going through this. And
So there
uh-huh.
was a post I saw the other day where it was like, "Hey, book readers, what is like what is a big tell that someone is an amateur writer to you?" And my immediate thought is when people do that, is when they go into detail about someone's outfit or go into like too much detail about a space.
What's really interesting is that you highlight that because in the TV show they did of it, they focus just as much on the outfits. Like it is like a thing. Like, and I don't know why it's a thing in the TV show as much because you literally can see them.
I
But they
know.
make a particular.
Ouch! I'm Gray. Gray.
They make a particular emphasis of it in the TV show. The TV show's shit, by the way. I wouldn't recommend that. Like it's so bad. But they do. They make a point out of it. They make a point out of being like, "Oh, go with Isabel. She try on her outfit. She'll make you look the part." Blah 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 blah. It's like a whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I mentioned I got my hair cut today, so I mentioned to my barber like, yeah, I'm doing a podcast. on a podcast, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we got recommended a number of things," and I mentioned the book. And he's like, "Oh," and I said about, "Yeah, oh, yeah, it's Shadowhunters, Mortal Instruments." And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I tried watching the show and I couldn't. It was just
Oh my
it
god,
just
show's
felt
so
like
bad.
bad writing." He says that it felt like bad writing. I could not get through one
The
episode.
show
I'm like,
is
yeah, it's meant to be
the
bad. The book was better.
it's a Netflix show, which one stands out for a lot of itself.
Yeah.
But two,
Didn't it always have a film?
Yes, it
the
does in
film
fact
is
have a film.
dramatically better.
Yes, I have
Like
heard.
the film is leagues better. I'm actually really disappointed we didn't get the full series of those films because the film was realms above the TV show. The TV show was like someone took the book and then was like, how could we make this appropriate for a 10-year-old? And then did that, and it was diabolically bad.
Yeah.
But what made me laugh more was when we posted what it was, and then Chalk went, "I've read all those books."
I am not. After getting through a bit of this, it is absolutely a chalk book. Oh boy. So let's give it its fair due. The story revolves around a girl whose name I haven't bothered to remember. I'm not gonna lie.
Clary.
You want to know whose name I remember? Simon. Simon is the only fucking character whose name I remember because they're the only
Everyone
one.
remembers Simon.
That's because Simon's the best part of this fucking book, and everyone seems to agree.
Simon carries the first book, for sure. Simon does unfortunately fall off in the other books.
I
which we'll
heard
get to.
he gets turned into a vampire.
He does.
And I have to wonder if that has something to do with when he got turned into a rat and bit a vampire. Yeah, that happens, Snoo.
No, I don't think it is.
It is. When he
No, I
bit when he
can't-
bit the vampire, he became a I forget what the term is, but the thrall version, because he ended up drinking the blood.
It is! It is!
remember.
Angels say it
No,
is!
maybe they've changed that in something else then, because I don't remember that being how that happened, but
It's not in the book. That it's a later thing.
I
Okay.
think it happens in. I think it's confirmed in later things. They don't think anything of it at that point.
I just know he gets taken to the vampire hotel and then, like,
Oh, goody.
that's basically his undoing.
Oh, goody. Anywho, so it's about Clara, Clary, who's 15. I have to emphasize, I did not realize she was fucking 15 throughout this. I never.
she was 18.
No, she has her birthday. She becomes 16.
She's.
doesn't make it any
Oh,
better,
maybe they
but-
age her up in the show in the film then, because I thought she was
Yes.
18. 'cause
She's
She's in a
15.
nightclub.
And she's in a club. She's clubbing it up because this is an all ages allowed club, apparently. And she's out there awkwardly
exist.
dancing with Simon. And then she notices a bunch of weird people being weird. And then one of them has a knife. Oh no. And then she goes to investigate this and finds a whole gaggle fuck of people in a closet. But apparently she's not supposed to be able to see them because she's a Mundy. Which made me think
Mundane.
of mundane, but they
Mundy.
say Mundy. They say Mundy.
That sounds like a slur.
Because
It
it is.
It's probably because they are using it as a slur.
They
yeah.
are using it as a slur. Mundanes, Mundy. Which makes me think of where I first heard the term, the fucking Fables. I love that comic series. Fucking incredible. And they use that one to talk about mundane people too because of their glamours, which is funny that this is so parallel in that regard, but that's a different story for a different day, probably. Clary interrupts this thing where there's apparently a demon, and then Simon doesn't see anything and he's being cool, and then they all leave, and then she goes home where it's a weird family moment, and there's a big emphasis on how Clary is an artist. She handles the stress and stuff like that by being an artist, and she's really into art, and she has very expensive art classes because she's an artist, and her mom is an artist. But after all of this stuff has happened, there's something bad happening, and now they need to move away. But she has her friends, and she has her art class, and she wants to spend the summer with her friends in her art class, which is an understandable thing. That's an understandable
Especially
thing.
as she paid out of pocket
Exactly.
for those art classes.
Very expensive thing, so she doesn't want to miss that. But like her mom is like begging her. And she's like, "No, I don't want to do that." And she runs away. And then meets up with what's his name? Starts with like a J, I think.
Well, no,
Jace.
she
Jace
is
ends
the
up
main
she, like
guy.
Simon picks her up because they're going to a poetry slam.
Go into a poetry
So they
slam.
go to the poetry slam, and yeah, Jace appears.
Jace is there. And I have weird feelings about Jace because there are times when I like Jace, and then there are times when I'm like, "Shut up, you pretentious fucking twink."
So real. So
That's so
real.
fucking true.
Hey,
So
why are all these
true.
women staring at you? Why not? I'm fucking hot. You know what? Own it. That's cool. That's over there. But then later, after their hot, sloppy makeout session, it's just like, I'm gonna go lay down in the bedroom. Oh, let's take this to the bedroom. Follows up to the bedroom. All right, I'm gonna take a nap now. Oh, I thought, how are you? How are you tired? Are you? I've never been more awake. Shut up. Shut up. Fuck off. Fuck off.
It's so true.
Anywho.
I would like to say that I do feel like he has an element of character progression because he's not intolerable the whole time, but he does have his dickishness for the whole way through all the books.
Oh my god. Okay. And then she gets a call from her. Oh no, she calls her mom, or does she get a call from her mom? I don't remember. One of the ways she talks
Her
to
mom's
her
trying
mom.
to call her, and she's ignoring it.
Yeah, and then it finally answers the phone, and it's just like, "I love you. Go find your uncle, or call your uncle, or get in contact with him." And then breaking things in the background, and oh no, she's probably dead. So they go back to the home and check it out, and yes, bad stuff has happened there, and there's a fucking demon! Ah, demon! She kills it, but she gets hurt. She gets poisoned. Jace decides that he's gonna figure out how to save her by putting a mark that turns out to be one of the dumbest fucking things he could have ever done to somebody, as it turns out. Oh, what is up with these runes? Oh, they cool magic and stuff like that. But if you put it on a regular person, very bad shit happens. Like you'll die violently. Why'd you put it on somebody you thought was a mundane? Well, they clearly fought a demon, so they're clearly not. But how did you know? I was like 90% sure. He gets slapped for that extra 10%. Actually, they make an emphasis on that.
I'll be honest. That slap was deserved.
I 100 fucking %.
Oh,
He was
yeah, fully.
offended too. Like no one had ever done that to him before. He was, oh. And it turns out that she's not mundane. She's actually a shadow hunter. I would have never on God's green earth guessed what a fucking shadow hunter is. You could have put a gun to my head and I would have been at it all day and I would have been wrong. Because what do you mean? It is when you mix the blood of man and an angel in a cup. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. The angels actually become a very big thing.
I would hope so.
Um,
That seems like an important detail, and there was a distinct lack of angels in this first book.
Yeah, the angels become a very big thing.
Yeah, I think something that is interesting that I did like is that their explanation on like vampirism and lycanthropy being that oh yeah no they're essentially magical diseases rather than their own separate thing. Like okay no that makes sense for the universe that they're trying to build in a way that they're not that different but they are.
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. They are treated differently. I think it's because obviously they have the whole demon sense of things. That it's like
Yeah.
the categorization of like where mystical things fall in the world. Are they like you said, a kind of a disease? Are they a demon? Are they part of like the shadow hunter? Like there's a lot of categorization between where things fall in this kind of realm.
A lot of weird overlap,
Yeah.
it seems. The next part of this, I won't lie, is sort of a blur. I remember the girl character that's not the main girl's
Isabel,
gives
the
clothes to
sister.
her because she lost her other clothes because it had to be burnt or some shit, and she wears extremely revealing clothing, and
She does.
like they have a big emphasis of like, oh, so it's like your brother or something. No, are you two together? No. Oh, cool. um and there's like introductions into things, and then their nosy neighbor of her, who I forgot yells at her at one point, turns out to be directly involved in this world of Shadowhunters too, and that didn't feel real to me. That didn't feel real at all, especially since, wouldn't you have known the commotion and stuff? Couldn't you have done something about any of the things? People died. Nah.
She's a demon, isn't she?
No, she's not. She was a witch. Well, her mother
Wait, hold
was
on.
a
Which neighbor are we
witch.
talking
Miss
about?
Dorothea, I think
The-
her name is.
Dorothea, yeah, she was there. She's the one who shouted at them to get Luke to change the light bulbs or whatever. So she's a so-called witch.
Yeah.
But it's she is what we would see as the witch in the Charlotte. Not so much of a charlatan, but that is how it's portrayed. That they don't have magical powers; they're just a lifestyle kind of choice. But it turns out that no, her mother was a witch. She's not, because is it saying like they're sterile, right? Witches and warlocks are sterile from birth because of what they are, so they can't reproduce.
I don't remember that. I'm gonna take your word for it.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
So her mother was an actual witch, but she was adopted and just carried on the tradition because what that is a
I think more with
sort of-
Dorothea comes to light in other books, from what I can remember. Now you've said the name.
yeah, it was a halfway house for the lower world. It was a protected sanctuary that her mother started for werewolves, vampires, demons as well, to have a safe haven when they're on the run in the city.
I also vaguely remember them going to some very elaborate library, like after that encounter.
Yes, the City of Bones,
Yes, the actual
where
name.
the Silent Brotherhood.
Yes,
The
yes,
Silent
yes.
Brotherhood.
Yeah, the Silent Brothers. Who have you seen a picture of what the interpretation of what the Silent Brothers look like?
I think I
No, but I
did.
imagine it is very fucking creepy.
I think I did because of the so the reason I sent the video to Snoo, the 2-hour thing, is I needed someone to help explain this shit to me, and I wasn't about to ask Trinky to do it. And I had my encounter with Angel, who remembered things in bits and pieces. So I'm glad I found a crow collar ass video about this.
Did you share a picture?
Yeah, I just put it in thingy zone.
That's not nearly as creepy as I was imagining.
I mean, that's the Netflix version of them.
From the picture that was painted in the books, I was thinking something a lot more gaunt, a lot more skeletal.
Yeah, under their cloaks, I think they are. But that's again the shitty Netflix version, which we just act
Yeah.
like doesn't exist.
I fucking understand those feels.
Good, I'll take that off of my saved. I have that saved on Netflix because it was one I wanted to watch. I'll remove it.
Oh, I mean, it's so shit that it's almost comical. So if you actually want to laugh, I would.
So there's been a name that also just floats around this book. It kind of haunts it in a he who should not be named kind of fashion. Valentine.
Yep.
Motherfucker actually shows up. I didn't expect him to show up. I thought he was just going to be that name in the background, like Sparta from Devil May Cry, or I don't know, Santa in most things. He's not. He's never really there, but you always know he's there. He's got his list and he's checking it twice. No, he actually shows up. He fucking shows up for realsies. And you know what? For being the guy that everyone hates, he sure is pretty fucking chill.
Oh, he is so chill.
He's like really weirdly casual
He's one
about
of the chillest villains in a book, I
it's
think.
so weird. He doesn't even come across as really like a bad guy. And he's just kind of open about talking about things.
I think it is. I think the is the how what they're trying to do is they're trying to say like, oh no, he's charismatic, so they gave him that attitude, and it's like, no, I don't see him being charismatic.
No,
He's just
not at all.
chill there. It's like
He was like
you
a
completely hit the mark with everything that everyone else, how they were building him up, saying like he was charismatic, he drew these people into him, he spoke to them, and
Yeah.
everything like
he's
that. It's like,
just Greg from accounting at
no.
the water cooler.
I don't know how much they go into that in the first book. How much do they go into the whole him getting people in?
Not
Well,
really.
Well,
I
no,
think
Luke
it's
has
explored. I think it's explored a lot better in other books because
I was gonna
he
say, like-
basically when he was younger he was like the it guy.
yeah, they
like,
didn't
he
go too
was-
much into
yeah.
it. It was very much from the perspective of Hodge and Luke that we get the description of what Valentine was like.
Yeah.
And obviously it's two very I would say it is two kind of opposing views on the character. Not really so much of opposing, because obviously the spoiler, Hodge kind of is a double agent or is a double agent, so he's got to keep up the illusion like he's distancing himself from Valentine while
And Luke
Luke
is a
just hates him.
reformed. Yeah. Did they go over where like Luke's
Mox,
background
we
in the
can't
first
hear
book,
you.
right?
I'm not saying anything.
Okay, fair enough. Your mouth was moving. That
Yeah,
was
Did
no.
they go
So like
over-
my make facial expressions, the mouth opens.
Did they go over Luke's backstory in the first book? I can't remember.
Yes, there's an entire chapter dedicated to it. It's the beginning of part
okay.
3 of it.
So you know about how he's like he used to be part of the circle, and I was like,
Yes, he
reformed
was
left.
his parabatai.
Yes, his parabatai. That's a whole new thing
was-
to talk about parabatais.
Yeah, we should probably at least mention the parabatai at the very least is there. It's a
A
sacred
soul bond,
kind of-
basically.
Yeah, pretty much. It is a warrior's bond between two individuals that you essentially will watch each other's back. It's like blood brothers is in a way.
Doesn't
A
isn't
blood brother.
Jace
It's like strong. It has
parapetited with
genuine
somebody?
consequences.
Jace
Yes,
is parabatai to Alec,
Parabatai's Alec,
Yeah.
which is his brother.
his stepbrother or his adopted brother.
Yeah. Adopted brothers can be real brothers too. Jeez.
But like
True.
they're asking all these questions to Mr. Valentine, and then it gets revealed that Jace, who thought his entire family was murdered because that's his edgy backstory, no, it turns out Valentine is his daddy. And it also turns
Yeah.
out it's also Clary's dad.
Twist at the end.
Yep, like the last 3 hours of the book, this was learned.
mm-hmm.
At least of the audiobook I was listening to.
It kind of happens late, and there's not a lot of time to digest it. And it is the consequences of their choice to do this that just definitely follow this book.
Well, it's kind of revealed earlier in the book that Clary or Valentine is Clary's dad,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
and they do discuss that. Obviously, then Jace learns that, oh wait, no, he's my dad, and he gets incredibly weird, understandably, about it all. And it's not really. It doesn't really make it apparent. It's kind of teasing on the back of it, like, does Valentine know Clary is his daughter? Doesn't he? What's going on? But no, apparently he's an all-knowing mastermind and does.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a bugbear with that last part of the book.
I'm so glad you can explain it because I checked out basically after that point. Mentally
So-
checked out.
The point where Valentine appears and Hodge locks her in a box. I don't know whether that box made her invisible or not, because Valentine just completely ignores her there. Well, she's just there banging on the glass, as it were. But she has Jace's Steely at that point. So she breaks
Steelies are the
out of the
ones.
yes. She has the Jace's one. Breaks out of the box, and I'm not sure if it's explicitly said, but I assume puts it back in her damn pocket. That's the last you see of that damn Steely. In the chase with Hodge, when picked up by Luke, it just disappears. And I'm like, where the fuck is this Steely? Where is this magic wand that you can use those runes that are coming into your damn mind to do things? Where has it gone? You can't have completely forgotten about it. It was never mentioned that it was removed from your body when you were taken to the hideout that Luke has. And if it was, would they not have given it back to you, as it's a very powerful tool for a shadow hunter to have? Where did it go? I think the author just completely forgot that Clary had that item.
I don't even remember the bit of the book that you're talking about.
Oh my god, man. I don't necessarily mean to be too hard on this, because I have to acknowledge every time we go through this, I am not the target audience for these books.
No, same. I mean, so I honestly think, obviously, yeah, you're saying that they started off with fan fiction. I think it is obviously going to be, I believe, their first published works.
Mm-hmm.
Like, properly published under a publisher. I think it's the first one. So I'm fine with things like that just happening.
What do you
But
mean
it
it's
is going to get
26
my-
books?
I'm not
No,
surprised.
no, it's not 26 books.
No,
It's not
no.
26 books.
So
The universe has got 26 books in it. This
it's like the Black
series
Library.
of books is, I think, 6 books.
I think it's. I believe I saw that it was 6 books for the.
Yeah, I think it's
Mortal
6
Instruments,
books
yes.
for the and then there's like the Silent Brothers have their own spin-off of books, and then someone like there's like the World has other stuff. Magnus
there'd
has
be
their own
more
set of
authors
books as
in it.
well.
I think there's some of the stuff that she carries on. I think didn't she do the Infernal Instruments?
Yeah, and the Clockwork books.
Yeah.
There's there's the more to the world basically than those ones. They're kind of like the catalyst they set in. I think the problem with the first book is it's a lot of
Angel,
world
there's
building.
a graphic novel.
There's a lot of world building in the first book, which I think obviously to a degree has to be done because you're building a fantasy world. Which, unlike Lightlark, is actually to a degree being thought through.
What you
Not
mean?
saying it's perfect. It's
It's
perfectly thought through.
on the
but
scale
unlike-
of Lightlark and not Lightlark. This is definitely not Lightlark.
It's definitely not Lightlark.
That's
think-
that's a pendulum scale right there.
I think the things that I think it gets better the more the books go on, and the more you know about the world, and the more there's like stuff they can add in. Because obviously, once you've established the characters and the kind of the basics, which I kind of think the first book is, they then like did they talk about like the fays and the fairies in the
I do
Yeah,
remember
first
them
book?
talking about it.
They are mentioned.
But they do
They're
like
mentioned.
whole expeditions into like the Fey world, and talk about like the Fey rules and stuff like that. and like obviously they go off, and then there's actually like a whole Shadowhunter city, Alicante, that they talk about, which they actually end up going to.
Yeah, and
So
Idris
like
is
I
the
feel
country, right?
yeah, and so there's like bits
Idris
that
or
they actually
Idrisil?
like yeah, so there's like actually like for like the first one's trying to establish a lot of the basics, and I think sometimes it rushes through it. But then I think if it lingered on them too long, people would just be bored. So I think it's hard balance. I wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to write.
I mean,
I wouldn't
I
want to
think
write a fantasy book.
yeah, I mean, it
Not
felt
where you're establishing a whole new realm, if that makes sense.
yeah, yeah. I think it kind of ended prematurely. They probably could have done more, but I do understand why they ended there. Well, the way they did.
Where does the first one actually end?
And basically Valentine goes through the portal with the cup. And he tries to entice Jace either to kill him or go through with him, which he doesn't. So he ends up shattering the mirror that he went through, so that they couldn't follow him to Idrisil. Because
Oh
it was
yeah,
it was
portals are
basically
lethal in this as well.
huh?
Portals in this world are lethal.
Yes.
If you get in a portal and you don't know where you're going, you die.
Yep, you end up in a void, just floating.
Sounds like actual
Because yeah, it
dwarves.
was basically the cottage that he was raised in as a child with his father.
Yeah.
And basically it kind of ends with they save her mother. She's magically comatose. And it kind of ends with them like, oh yeah, we're going to Jace, I want you to come and speak to our mother so that you can try and maybe hearing your voice will wake her up. And the whole I've now got a flying motorbike again. Hey.
Oh yeah, the vampire motorcycle.
It's so fucking stupid.
Wasn't there also like a cat? Isn't there like a cat that like leads you places?
Yes, they had in the institute they have a cat that they seem to be talking to that I would not be surprised if it is an actually person who has been changed into a cat.
I was gonna say, I think potentially it might be a warlock. Like, because warlocks
I would
can
not be
shapeshift.
I would not be surprised. Oh my god! Do you know what's really annoying? Is the fact that Valentine has two. Are they hawks or crows?
Birds.
I don't know.
Oh, he's got two
I can't remember.
birds, and they're named after Odin's birds. I'm fairly certain.
I can't speak on that behalf, considering the things that I rant about are also heavily.
No, yeah. No, that's fair, but I think I don't think they're named directly after, but that's what they're referenced to because they're named after because like isn't
Well, he does view
isn't
himself as a
his-
god, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But isn't Odin's ravens like knowledge and it's named after like his namesakes are knowledge and something else, right? I forget the other one.
My brain wants to say memory and thought.
Yes. I think you're right, yeah. I think
Because
it's memory
those are
and
the
thought.
names of two of the ravens of the old gods of Asgard.
Yes. So and those are what these are named as well, but I think they're named differently. I don't think they're using the Norse names for them. But yeah, Luke, because he mentions to Luke, oh yeah, I was attacked. She mentions to Luke, oh yeah, I was attacked by his birds, by a bird. He's like, oh, he's meaning this bird. Oh yeah, no, those are Valentine's birds. It's a very throwaway comment, like, oh, you know, those are Valentine's birds. It's like, all right, okay.
yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's such a big like they literally end up going into like later in the books. They end up going into like the demon realm effectively, and they like meet like Lilith and Asmodeus and like all the kind of like your ideas of demons and things like that. They all do exist, and they do encounter them kind of all because they literally just go into the demon realm. They're like, "Fuck it, we've got to go here." Which is a really shit idea, by the way, to be a shadow hunter going to the realm where everything you've killed has basically ended up back there.
Yeah, it's a very stupid idea. You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
well, fucking blame Simon.
I'm not surprised.
Blame Simon. I think the world building gets better because they can explore it more throughout the next 6 books. Whereas I think this one was doing a lot of groundwork. But I think, yeah, I mean, it sets up a lot of things to explore that I do think ultimately by the end, everything gets answered. Which sometimes you get in a book series, nothing gets answered.
True.
True.
So things do actually end up wrapped up. But yeah, it made me laugh at Chalk because I read them all.
Not surprised. So I think
Speaking of, did you have any comments from anything from Chalk? this
no,
month?
actually, but Chalk was on vacation for it, and it was certainly a vacation.
Oh no.
So, speaking of recommendations, we have recommendations, and these recommendations are coming directly from our audiences.
Yes.
For the ones that we're able to submit. I'm trying to get these things together because at least one of them doesn't have much for me to go off of. I think we only have like 4 of them.
That's
Oh,
a
Was
lot.
it 3? Was it 4?
It's 4.
3,
4 is enough.
4 is enough.
4 in total.
So the first one that we have, and I'm putting these out here as best I can, and you'll see which one I'm talking about is the one that I'm not entirely sure what it is. We have Hunter x Hunter, the first episode 1 to 21 of the 2011 anime from our own Of the Wisp.
Hail Mary!
We
So
have
excited.
the open world survival game Poke Wilds, suggested from Angel of Shadows. Something for us to check out. You gotta pronounce it with the X.
Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
I always thought it was pronounced Hunter x Hunter this whole time.
No, it's Hunter x Hunter. It is actually
Yeah,
Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter.
We have Project Hail Mary, which I think is a movie.
It is a
It's
movie.
just been turned into a movie, but there's also a book.
I
There's a
don't know if it's the book or the movie.
The movie is what's being recommended.
Okay, so
The movie literally came out within like the last couple months.
Okay, Project Hail Mary, the movie. Then
That's why I got excited because it's been on my list to watch.
Okay.
Now I have an excuse to watch it.
And then finally, the first season of a show called For All Mankind, which is apparently on Apple TV. And they want to know, this is from Shin, or what is their official like thingy? Shinji UK. And they want to know our thoughts on how realistic the scenario that plays out would be. So those are the recommendations that we have. And also, who recommended Project Hail Mary?
Kim.
Kim. Okay. So those are the recommendations that we have. I think we all vanished on the stream. What? Why did we vanish? Weird. Okay. Well, those are the recommendations that we have.
That's because you turned away from the.
Alt tab back into the.
Yeah, I'm back. It's back. It's a thing again. So those are the recommendations that we have from the community. And I think if we do keep doing this and we go on for another year or so, we'll probably think about doing this again because I think it's a fun thing. So those will be the things that we check out and we'll discuss next month.
It's a lot of
Uh,
watching.
It's a lot of watching. We
Sorry,
have
Mox, we're going to explode.
2 shows and a movie.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have Apple TV. I don't know where I'm gonna watch
I don't
this.
have Apple TV either. We'll figure this out.
Same.
We'll figure it out as
Well,
a
if one of you find it,
Yeah.
let me
Snoo is
know.
pretty good about finding this kind of stuff. I believe in this.
I am for anime. Finding like live TV shows is a lot harder. Because last time I tried, the laptop got a virus.
Oh, yeah, that's true. But
Okay, I think I found something.
hey,
So if you have Amazon Prime,
I do.
it looks like you can get a 7-day free trial for Apple TV,
Okay.
and you can watch it through Prime Video.
Oh, Mox, I hate to break it to you, but all these TV episodes for all of mankind are over an hour long.
Fuck.
Okay.
How many
Oh,
All right.
There's 10 episodes, and they're all
it's
about
10.
an hour and a bit.
All
Fuck.
right.
They're not like an hour and 15. It's like an hour and 7, hour and 4, and the last one's an hour and 18.
Okay. That's gonna
The one before that is 50 minutes.
that's gonna be the real bitch of it, isn't it? Okay. Well,
Mhm.
I'll
If it's
figure
a
it out.
7-day trial, we have to watch at least one every night, and then for a few nights, we have to watch 2.
Yep.
We'll simply explode.
Well, and we have to once we start it, we have to get through it so we can stop it.
No skipping.
Uh-huh. Okay. That will be the challenge, and that will be up for us. But I thank you guys for hanging out, and we will see you next time. What is everyone's plans for the weekend?
I'm going to be working on the Your
Stream.
Character Here's tomorrow, which you can still buy at kofi.com /
I will turn those back on.
commissions.
I'll turn them back on after this.
I'm going to be hoping my PC doesn't crash again.
I'm hoping it doesn't. It didn't do
Yeah.
it through this, but you didn't stream, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the bitch, is you can
I-
only test it when you're live
Uh-huh.
to know if what you've
I
worked
gotta-
has done anything.
I've got a very quick question. Was this happening before or after you got your new camera?
Before.
Okay.
I've
fair
had
enough, then
issues with it
that's
blue
fine.
screening on and off for ages, but it's like
Okay.
gotten to the point where it was like every
It's-
day,
It's
multiple
sounding
times
like
every day.
it's if you've been able to play Apex without being able to stream, it sounds like it's probably the streaming software and it's probably a memory leak on it.
Well, what we have concluded is I think what my brother did was he downloaded some drivers for my motherboard and did something in the BIOS, and that might have done the job.
What if you updating the drivers makes sense.
The problem is it's been like I think it is basically a bit of a mountain of problems and we've slowly chipped away at the mountain.
Oh.
I think is what happened because like the like to begin with when we went through like the error log, every single time my PC crashed it said it was because of Windows gaming services. So then obviously we uninstalled Windows gaming services and then it stopped crashing because of Windows gaming services, and then it was like diagnosing what the next problem was that was causing the crashes, etc., etc. So
Yeah.
that's fun. Fingers crossed we're there. Because I'm tired of this shit, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
As for me, probably gonna, as long as I'm not melting, control tomorrow. 40 Final Fantasy 14 on Saturday. Drakey race weekend, I think it is, but I think it's an okay one,
no,
right?
I don't think it's
Is it
race
off?
weekend. Oh, it's Monaco,
Oh,
so
no, 'cause I
it's
think
one.
Yeah, because I think it was
One, it'll be
Canada,
during the
it was
day.
Canada last.
Oh, it did its
and
thing
they've
again.
got to
Yeah.
get over there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so Alchemy Factory.
Alchemy.
We need to optimize more.
We do love our factory games.
That's if
Honestly,
you
this
are
is one of the
interested.
harder factory games. I'm
It
not gonna
really
lie.
is.
It's frustrating as fuck because it's not just a normal factory game. You also have to run a shop on top of your factory. And if you don't open your shop, you don't get any money to build the stuff in your factory. But the problem is if you open your shop and you don't have this, and you have to be able to sell every item. By the way, you can't just
Yep, if
choose
you
selective
unlock-
items. If you unlock your shop and you've not got every item available, your reputation tanks, and then all of your goods become worth fucking nothing.
Oh,
So it is the most
Yep.
complex
It's an
game.
atelier game as well. Then okay.
Yes,
So you
it
have
is.
to automate getting stuff to your shop in order to sell
Which
it,
I have
so
fun
that you
with.
can actually keep
Those
buying
are
the
fun.
stuff
Those are good.
to automate. Because like, you know, if you want to make, I don't know, a pestle and mortar, you have to buy the stone to be able to do it, and the stone costs X amount of price, and it never changes. So you have to then make sure you're making enough money and selling it all to be able to keep producing everything, basically. Yeah, and the prices, they ain't cheap. They get very expensive very quick. For me
Nice.
to make 30
Yes.
mushrooms, I have to spend 2.5 grand on a log. It's just ridiculous.
oh,
For 30 mushrooms.
It is a fun game though.
It's fun, but it's it's very tricky.
It does.
If
sound
you were
fun.
playing this solo, I actually don't understand how you cope.
I bet I can manage
I
it.
think if you're playing it solo, you would be going a lot slower than we went through the.
It
tech
takes
tree.
Ronzi. All I did last time we played, all I did was Ronzi was trying to automate stuff into the shop, and all I had to do was constantly buy shit to keep our production flowing.
and fill out any of the bulk orders and special orders we were getting.
Yeah. Which all have time limits on them.
I was
was my
playing with
job.
catapults.
He was playing with catapults, and I was running around buying logs, literally for 3 hours.
And then making creative ways on how can I get our products into their basins.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think you'd probably really enjoy it, Mox, but it's like it's a lot of thought.
I'll keep it in mind. I've got Minecraft and stuff to do with my own factory things I'm doing in that.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think most of the Thurs gang and Paul Chem would enjoy it.
I believe it.
Oh, Chalk would be lost to it.
Chalk would be lost to it.
Chalk's not allowed to play.
No chalk allowed for funny factory game.
I
Got
worry about it when he starts a factory game. How is he coping with Minecraft?
it.
His health like genuinely declines.
You don't. I'd be more worried about, honestly, his gotcha time. He plays every gotcha game, I swear.
Yeah, I know,
Jeez.
but like his health genuinely declines when he gets in a good factory game.
I'm actually happy for him when he gets like that. It's nice to see him enjoying himself.
Nice to see him slowly killing himself.
He's not slowly killing himself, all right? No. That's when there's no D&D for over 2 weeks,
yeah.
or when he has to be the DM. That's when he's in poor health.
Turn off my camera so I can close my thing. 'Cause I have to go to the bathroom really bad. So goodbye.
Well, bye-bye. You have a good night,
Bye.
everybody. Remember to stay hydrated, and wash your hands. See you next month.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.